everybody, and welcome to another live stream here on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That's me, I'm Johnny Chiodini. How are you all doing? I hope you are well, I hope you had a lovely weekend, and I hope you're looking forward to a little bit of painting, because that's what we're doing today, it being Monday. What are we painting today? Well, as you might have seen from the thumbnail, we're going to be painting Chaos Dwarves. I painted this guy on stream a while ago, and it went quite well, and I really like the colour scheme, but I've got a lot more of them to do, so I thought, why not do that while streaming painting, which is the thing I do every week, and have done for almost a year. Oh, that's the right button, there we go. Is this in sync? Whoop. No, there's a bit of a delay on one of these cameras, but not the other. I always struggle to remember whether or not I've put a delay on the camera. In this case I have. Whoop. Whoa, whoop. Yeah, that's fine now. Bloody hell, Nicholas Grammer has done an enormous super chat saying, on call, can't stay, here's cash. Thank you so much, Nicholas. If you're watching this on VOD, I hope being on call went nicely, or well, and that it wasn't ominous like your last stint on call was, and that it's all gone all right. Yes, those keen-eyed among you have seen this. I've got a new keyboard. It is great fun. It has... oh no, Dank says, haven't said hello for a while, but just want to say that the Ashens have quit Sea of Thieves. It is sad. I'm so sorry. I hope your leg, or was it your arm that you broke, is better. But yeah, sorry about that. I haven't played in a while, actually. But it's alright. The Ashens will rise again in some other game, I'm sure. Yeah, this is new keyboard. You might not be able to see it, but it lights up only when I press keys, which is great fun. There is... Well, you've noticed there's a knob. I can twiddle it. It's for volume. And if I press it, it'll start and stop music, which is nice. Anyway... CookieCat94 says the keyboard does nice click-clacks. It really does. I wrote, how many thousand... I think I wrote like 5,000 words on it in one day the other day, and it was oh so satisfying. Anyway, right, so... Black Shield Forge is in chat, says, hey all, I returned from the fire of the forge in time for a chill stream. Like, being a blacksmith is cool anyway, but my goodness does it give you the chance to say some cool stuff like, I return from the fire of the forge in time for a chill stream. So let's get down to it. Let's paint ourselves some Chaos Dwarves. Spiky Kitty says, what are you drinking today? This is a Thirsty Ferret. It is a beer from the Badger Brewery in Dorset. It's a nice amber ale. Kelsey Burns says, this is your first mechanical keyboard. No, it's my third. This one's my second one. This is the one I use on my gaming PC. This is the one on my stream PC. And when I'm painting, I have to stack them for the room. And I had... This is like a Corsair one down here. I had one of these before, and then I killed it with a pint of squash. And I accidentally dropped on it. So yeah, it's my third mechanical keyboard. Alex Tannenbaum has done a super chat saying, you're amazing. Hope all is well. How's Watson? Watson is very well, thank you. She and I had a nice weekend seeing friends, and then this morning I went to take her out, and I was like, I'll just give her a quick run up the road so she can just go to the toilet. And she was like, no, we're going on the full walk. So she just dragged me all the way to the start of the longer walk route we have, and I thought, who am I to refuse? So she grabbed a big log, and she ran around, and we just generally had a nice time. So yeah, that's good. Anyway, right, so let's talk a little bit about these Chaos Dwarves. These are made by Greebo Games, and this is the one I finished on stream, and then I've got 5 more on the go, 2 of which I've started to undercoat, but these 3 I've only done a base coat on the flesh, so I need to start off by base coating the blue armour, which will be a mix of Steel Grey from Vallejo and Dark Sea Blue, also from Vallejo. So there you go. Baddy Wrongleg says, is that a new tattoo or has your left hand always had eyes? No, this is a new tattoo. It's a few weeks old now. It's done by Sophie Moe, who tattoos out of Parliament tattoo in Finsbury Park in London and is phenomenal and just very, very nice. So, yeah, I had a great time getting it done. Paul Howard says, Ack, caramelised my onions. It wasn't supposed to be caramelised for this recipe. I don't think that's a problem, frankly. I think caramelised onions are always phenomenal. I would not worry about that in the slightest. JW, aka Marvellous Jacket Man, says, Watson must have enjoyed all the new giant sticks after the storms we had, at least a dozen trees down in my area. Yeah, there are still lots and lots and lots of trees that are down that she's just really enjoying tearing bits off of. It's quite handy, actually, because sometimes she really wants a big stick and you don't have one, and she's just like, come on! Like, she assumes I can conjure them, which is sweet. It's nice that she thinks I'm omnipotent, but I'm not. So sometimes she's just like, not jumping up on me, but jumping up definitely next to me. Is that a good colour match? That's a bit lighter. Starting to think that actually this blend is actually just dark sea blue with a tiny bit of steel grey, but it's alright, we've done it now. So, Beaver98 says, you have hands on your eyes, you're becoming a bloodborne enemy. The eyes weren't actually my idea. I asked for slow berries and leaves and thorns, and then she went, what do you say we creep it up a bit and make some of the berries into eyes? And I just thought, yeah, let's do it. So I agreed immediately. Steve Clapton says, so Watson believes you are a tree wizard who can summon sticks. Yes. She genuinely believes that if I ask enough, she asks rather, insistently enough, I will conjure one. And the problem is, she gets so caught up in asking me that she doesn't see when there are actually sticks next to her. And then eventually I go like, what's that? And she goes, it's a stick. And she goes bananas and runs off with it. And I think that's her thinking I have actually conjured it, rather than just pointing something out that she'd missed. So, unfortunately, I'm not doing anything to dispel the notion, which sounds really arrogant, frankly, but wasn't my intention. Manish Anand has done a super sticker. The super sticker is of... Okay, so this might take some doing with context. Who here has heard of a pear? It's alright if you haven't. A pear is a type of fruit. Pear is typically wider and more rounded at the bottom than it is on the top. The top tends to be a bit narrower. This gives it an iconic pear shape, actually. But anyway, pears normally can't move or emote, or they don't really have faces. They're not sort of sentient in a way that we would recognize. But the pear depicted on this sticker from Manish certainly sort of defies that convention. This one is very much alive. Has arms, legs, and a face. It's wearing trainers, which implies the existence of cobblers for pears, or a pear cobbler. Obviously, it's more of a peach cobbler as traditional. It's wearing a sports headband, which, implies it has sort of hobbies and proclivities. Anyway, what it's doing is sort of gearing up, sort of getting excited, and then going, way, and doing a big thumbs up, which is nice. Thank you very much, Manish. That's very kind of you. It's fun and informative, those stickers, because we get to talk about what fruit is. And that's not something that I normally do in my line of work. Sven Hanneman says, painting question. Got a few Peterson games, Glorantha and Planet Apocalypse. I don't want to fully paint them, so thinking of just applying washes. Is there anything I need to do before, or just go ham? I would just make sure you prime them first. So get a plastic primer. You can just get it in a spray can. Make sure you wear some sort of breathing equipment and spray outdoors. If you prime them, especially if you prime them white, then the washes will show up a lot better, and also they'll adhere to the models a lot better. So yeah, that's all you need to do, really. Talman says, this is a super chat. Morning from Indy. Loving the God of War videos. Would play it, but alas, Elden Ring. I mean, it's not alas Elden Ring. That game's fantastic. But I'm glad you're enjoying the God of War videos. I'm enjoying making them. Although I feel like, having spoken to some friends yesterday, I might need to start making the episodes longer because, as I understand it, where I've got up to so far in 6 episodes, I'm like absolutely nowhere in the game. I've got a lot to go. So unless we want to turn it into like a 40-week series, which would be, I think, rather excessive, I think I'm just going to have to do slightly longer records and edits, which is no bad thing. I don't mind doing it. Like when I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn, episodes tended to be 2.5 hours, sometimes a bit longer. It's just that so far, not quite realising, I guess, how much I had to get through. Sort of 90 minutes always felt about right for a God of War episode, but we'll see. I'll sort of try and get through it a little bit swifter, anyway. The Nice Switch says Elden Ring has 75% more birds than I expected. Right? They're absolutely sodding everywhere. Especially those ones that I'm not going to mention because I don't want to spoil anything in the game for people, but those ones. Really annoying. Nick Jeffrey has done a super chat saying, "Hey Johnny, hope you're good. I'm in a real emotional dilemma these days. Do I play Horizon Zero Dawn, which I picked up recently, or Gran Turismo 7? Depends if you like driving robots that look like animals or robots that look like cars, I guess. I guess if you've picked up one of them recently, you should play that and then, save your money for now, and the other one will be waiting when you fancy it. But, or just decide whether you want to drive a robot that looks like a car or a robot that looks like a dinosaur. That would be it. Rudy Gerber says, I was playing Far Changing Tides after watching your stream last week. Really enjoying the game. Thanks for highlighting it. You're very welcome. I had a great time playing it. It's lovely, isn't it? I did see I think it was on a comment that if you can burn the plant, which I callously left behind, if you burn it for fuel, you get an achievement called Going Green, because I guess it's a biofuel. So that's nice. Bet you're all glad I didn't do that. I mean, I don't think I would have, but I think someone certainly would have suggested it, and others would have. It would have caused a whole big to-do with people being like, burn the plant, and others being like, don't you dare, Anyway. How was everyone's weekend? What did you get up to? I had a wilder one than I anticipated, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I had some friends over on Friday night, and then Saturday I went to see some live football. Saw the Women's Super League football final between Chelsea and Man City women's teams. And then yesterday I had 2 friends over for a roast, and then we went to the pub. Generally speaking, it was good, but I didn't get much sleep, I'll put it that way. Especially since after the football on Friday, I met up with a friend. We went to a bar where they get a lot of free drinks. So there were late bedtimes, I'll say. Defect says, went skiing, brackets downhill, yesterday, feeling the body today. Downwards, downhill, as I understand it, is one of the most popular directions in which to ski. The other one, of course, being sideways, if you're doing sort of the cross-country version. That's about all I know about skiing, really. But, yeah, interesting. Okay, there is a bit of a colour discrepancy here, but it's not enormous. What I might just do is get some more dark sea blue, put it over here, and mix some of that in. Whizboom says, apologies for the repeated question, but new keyboard? Yes, new keyboard indeed. I thought Thought you said how keyboard. Keyboard nice. Keyboard very nice. Yeah, it's a Gamma K keyboard, and I'm in love with it. I think it's beautiful. So that's nice. Beaver98 makes a good point. In ski jump, you do go uphill for a brief time. There we are. Corvus Albright has done a super chat saying, Monday haiku for Monday haiku time. A new week begins. Motivation is lacking. Send a Jaeger bomb. I actually had a Bucky bomb on Saturday night, which is Buckfast dropped into an Iron Brew flavoured beer. So I should have filmed it. I should have been able to show you, Corvus. But to be honest, I don't think anything's going to suffice until it's an actual honest to goodness Jaeger bomb. So we'll see. Oh, I've missed quite a bit of flesh on this dwarf. Okay, we'll just have to come back in and do that later. Dr. Brango says, why did you voluntarily do that? It's a bit of fun. It's quite nice, really. Sure, it's a bit silly, but it's a giggle. Beaver98 says, I don't know what Buckfast or Iron Brew is, so that sounds entirely mysterious. Okay, so Iron Brew is a Scottish soft drink. It's made from girders. It's bright orange and it's delicious. And Buckfast is a tonic wine, which is brewed, no joke, by monks. It's about 14 or 15% ABV, and it's also heavily caffeinated. It is synonymous with violent crime to some extent in some parts of the country. But, you know, it gets a bad rep. It's, you know, it can be nice. Like, for example, when you don't drink much of it, but you throw it into a beer. Will says, well, you know what they say about Buckfast? There are two phrases I'm aware of about Buckfast. It's Buckfast gets you fuck fast. And the other one is brewed by monks, drunk by punks. So that's Bucky for you. So, yeah, the Bucky bomb is extremely Scottish and just sort of filthy, really. Talman's done another super chat saying, ooh, haiku. A new week begins. Stuck working in office now. Alas, Elden Ring. I feel you on that one. Yesterday I planned to play Elden Ring after my friends and I called it a day. After having a roast and a couple of pints, I came home, I ate a couple of leftover roast potatoes, and I went to sleep at 7 p.m. I woke up around midnight, took the dog out, went back to sleep again until 10 a.m. So I had about 14 hours sleep last night, which was pretty good. I've completely bollocksed up what skin I had painted already on this dwarf, but that's alright. Getting the armour down is quite important. Oh, there are more bits here. One sec. Sorry about that, everyone. I am back. One sec. Hi, everyone. Rob J says, despite living down the road from Buckfastly, I've drunk much iron brew from the other end of the country, but never tasted the tonic wine from 20 miles away. Is it honestly called Buckfastly? I didn't know that. That's amazing. That is genuinely brilliant. Beaver98 says, apparently Iron Brew does exist in select supermarkets in Canada. My quest to find it begins. Do. It is brilliant. I would say not even I would say, it is hands down the best soft drink to come out of the UK. I mean, it is decidedly Scottish. I'm not going to dare claim it's British or anything, but of this big old landmass, of all of the soft drinks for which we are responsible, brackets, I don't think there are that many, possibly just Dandelion and Burdock. Yeah, I think it's the best one, hands down. It's absolutely superb. Baddy Wrongleg says Vimto. Yes, Vimto is great, actually. I suppose there's Ribena, but neither of them holds a candle to Iron Brew, let's face it. Huh. Buckfast Abbey is in the village of Buckfastleigh, Devon, on the A38. Huh. Buckfastleigh. It gets you fuck fastly. Right, one more dwarf. Oh, this one's interesting. Sort of a big punching lad. Again, I'm not thrilled by what this camera is kicking out right now. I messed around with the settings earlier, but I don't know. Does it feel like it's actually easy to see what I'm painting or what I'm doing? Or is it just like a big blurry mess? I mean, I do have a very painterly style, so big blurry mess is sort of what I aim for, but... Nick Jeffrey's done another super chat saying, haiku to solve my dilemma. 2 games to choose from, angry robots or fast cars. How about play both? Perfect. An elegant solution and an elegant haiku. Thank you very much, Nick. That is very kind of you, and thank you for sharing your verbal artistry with us. Does look a tad hazy, says Rob C. Looks like it might be over-sharpening. I think it is over-sharpening, to be honest. And it is a small mini, so it's not easy to see detail. Interesting. Maybe I should just go back to painting enormous ships. I shouldn't, because I hate doing them. Steve Gilly says, I remember Tizer being quite nice. Then it came back a few years later and it's grim. I feel like it was just the E numbers all along. I feel like Tizer's not really changed. It's definitely dipped in popularity. But I definitely... Like, obviously they got rid of, like, the Tizer head who would scream about being red and Tizer head. But I never really thought Tizer went away. No. Matt Willis has done a super chat saying, afternoon, Johnny and Skellies. Hope doing well. Johnny, can you guess what class and race my D&D character is by name alone? His name is Shambles Zealous. Goodness. Shambles Zealous. Zealous, I want to say... Paladin? And then Shambles. Shambles. Is there a... Can you have an undead in D&D? Because that's what I'm thinking. Will's saying Reborn Cleric. So Reborn seems nailed on if it's Shambles. Nathaniel Levy's saying Undead Cleric. Corey Haynes says, hey Johnny, nice keyboard. I'm listening to this while getting ready to head to Sheffield for my brother's graduation. Have a great day, all lovely skeleton pals. Congrats to your brother, and I hope you have a lovely time in Sheffield. I've never actually been, but I've heard it's great. So, say hi to Sheffield for me. One day I shall go visit it, for I have friends there. Chaos says, is Tango uniquely British, or did they just have a distinctly British marketing campaign? I feel like Tango is British. I'm not sure. Anyway, Matt, you don't need to super chat it, but put us out of our misery. What is your character's race and class, please? I'd love to know. We're on tenterhooks. This colour scheme is rather more involved than I remember it being, possibly because I'm now painting 5 of these bastards instead of 1. So I might end up dropping the size of the batch down to 3 for this stream. I'll see how I get on. It shouldn't be too bad, actually. Okay. So, that is 5 of the little bastards. Tango is indeed British. It's sold and made by Britvic. Nice, which says all of my worst hangovers have been in Sheffield. Okay, Matt Willis says he's a dragonborn sorcerer acolyte who's multi-classed into druid and now into warlock too. The great Caitlin RC is the DM/babysitter for them. Matt, did you think I was going to come close? Because I certainly did not. Apologies for not doing better, but in retrospect, I'm not overly surprised I whiffed that. If I'm going to be perfectly candid with you. Is this the right colour? I feel like I had 2 Vallejo blues on the go, and one of them was definitely this, one of them was definitely this. I don't know if this is actually the right one, because I bought 4. Blue-grey. Is that the right one? Crap. That's why it's different. Yeah, this sucker, I don't think is actually in my recipe. It was. Yeah. It was field blue with dark sea blue, then just field blue, and then blue-grey. I think. Or what if it was... Oh, God, I'm tying myself up in knots now. I mean, I have streamed it, so I could look. Was it those 3, or was it these 3? Oh, help. Jack Wood says, yes, the deciphering your paint scheme you didn't write down step. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to go look at my painting stream where I did it. So we did Boromir first. I don't want to watch an ad. Who puts ads on their streams? Ugh. Will says if you tie yourself up in knots, you'll get demonetized. Very good. Was that it? No, that's Boromir. Ugh. Okay, no, having looked again, I just don't think this one is part of it. It is these 3. It is. It's fine. Cool. Good. Fuck you, old stream. Right, we're back on track. Silly me. Okay, well that's alright. That's okay. So, now what we can do... Emma Benton says, good morning, friends. Getting up was very hard today. Happy Monday, Emma. Steve Gilly says, making me feel like I need another Sheffield night out soon now. Yeah, that's more like it, look. I'll put a tiny bit of this in here. Yeah. Okay, cool. Great. So, now... it's going to start leaving the recessed areas. We're going to start painting this lighter colour on here. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll shade this. Well, actually, we'll do another layer, then we'll shade, and then we'll do a final layer. And it'll be great. Yeah, it is a bit quicker than I thought, actually. Especially if I do a lot of the blue before I get involved with any of the metal. Cool. We're back on track, everybody. Do not worry. Doing this very lazily, but just only pulling the brush strokes this way and deliberately not hitting certain parts of the model, just to give a sense of light hitting only from above and not really hitting anything below. And a lot of this is going to be covered up with metal, but for now, this is quite a good way of building in tonal values before we shade. It's also a lot quicker than it otherwise would be. Oofed. Kay Oliver says, I'm trying out leopard spots and not going to lie, it might be awful. Oh dear. I mean, at least you're doing it. Like, I'm sure it'll be good, don't worry. Like, that's the kind of pattern that I never try. I'm genuinely quite afraid of freehanding on like patterns, including stripes even. So, number one, you're braver than I am. And number two, I'm sure it won't be awful. Number three, if it is awful, you can always just do it again. Or never do it again, if you prefer. I mean, you all saw me that one time I tried to do black and yellow stripes on something. I was positively freaked out. Timothy Thomas has done a super chat saying, hello Johnny, no reason for the super chat, but wanted to drop some money as a thanks for the wholesome content and community you create and have created. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. I'm glad you've enjoyed what you've encountered so far. With any luck, long may it continue, because I have a pretty good time doing it. And I'm pleased to say I am waiting on samples for the very first t-shirts for the channel. And if they are up to scratch, I'm going to put the design live, and you can pick yourself up a delicious t-shirt. I can't tell you what the design is yet, but I can tell you it's very, very cool, and I'm very pleased with it. So that'll be nice. And most importantly, I'm using a business that does all of the fulfillment, so they do all of the packing and shipping, because as I discovered when I ordered pin badges, I was then like, I literally cannot afford the time to sell, pack and ship all of these. So I kind of just have them now, and I feel like whenever I go to conventions and stuff, I'm just going to have a couple of pockets full of them, and people can just come up and ask me for one. Because it's easier than setting up a store and becoming a distribution business. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited about all that. Arcadia says, what sizes are available, please? I know for a fact they're currently available up to 2XL, but I'm going to talk to them about doing larger sizes as well. I believe you can do bigger ones with this particular service. Some people saying that they're getting sound hiccups. Is that are you those? Are lots of you getting that, or is it just a couple of you? I'd say refresh the stream and see if that does anything. But if it does nothing, then I shall do my best to fix it. All right. Cool. Seems like it's all right. So Jackwood says I got them, but it won't when I reloaded. That's YouTube's problem, not mine. Right. Now we're going to smack down some of the blue-grey. Emma Benton says, you're coming through loud and clear and beautiful HD on my TV, lol. Goodness. Didn't realise I had to be ready for my close-up. Okie dokie. Here we go again. Alright. Jackwood says, oh no, I have too many projects and don't know what I want to do. What are your projects, Jack? Tell us about them. And either people will tell you what to do, and being told will make you realise whether you really want to do it or not. Or, in telling us, you'll discover an enthusiasm for one bit in particular that will carry you through. That's how I tend to decide things. It's really nice to be making progress on these, actually. I feel like I've been stuck in a bit of a rut in terms of painting recently. Just sort of... I haven't felt like I've had a capital P project going on, but like I knew that this one was my project, so it's like, why aren't I more excited about this? Because this camera really is overcompensating, isn't it? It's really over-sharpening. I need to fix that, but in order to do so, I have to deactivate the camera. I'll try and do it in the break. And I can always, worst comes to the worst, just do this and be like, here's how it's looking. We're getting a bit of a gradient going. Ta-da. So... still learning and growing here on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That's too much paint in there, but oh well. Arcadia says, Johnny hasn't gone 4K yet, then we'll be able to see in higher detail, lol. Yeah, I haven't tried streaming in 4K. I mean, I do put out some things in 4K, because my camera naturally records in it, but it's just easier when recording and editing and uploading to go 1080p for now. There will come a day, I'm sure. Nick Green says, first time painting minis along with the stream, and I'm excited to be just fully immersed in painting. Delightful. What are you painting? Okay. Jack has said, vis-a-vis having too many projects, I have a crime I made at Warhammer World, Eldar Guardians, a big meat monster tank, Eldar jet bikes, and a resin Primarch. I don't like painting vehicles, so I'm certainly not going to tell you to paint those. I mean, if you made the crime this weekend, surely now's the time to sort of crack on with it while it's all still fresh in your memory and you've still got that lovely friend momentum carrying you through, right? What's better than committing further crimes immediately after committing the first crime, you know? Did I see that the first Marine is out? I don't know what his actual title is, but I've been made aware that there is a Space Marine sort of character model coming out. It's just very handsome. So it's just a very handsome ginger lad. My friend, I think, picked him up over the weekend. Oop. Oh no, Will says, can we clip that please? Presumably about the crime thing. Let me try and find the first Marine. What's his name? Ah, Fafnir. That's it. Fafnir Ran. Right. There you go. I've just popped a link into chat. I would say we shouldn't objectify people on stream, but being a miniature, that is literally an object. So, personally, I think he looks very handsome. Apotheon says, Hamworld had a challenge especially for the criminal minds of Jack and Ollie. The results were monstrous. I can't wait to see these. For those of you who are trying to decipher the sort of crime ham lexicon, I've put too much of this on. In the Discord, the Wargaming channel is often referred to as the Ham Cave, as in Warhammer or Ham. This weekend, a bunch went to Warhammer World for ham meat. And it seems that there was an activity where you could kit bash models. So assemble your own model out of bits of others, or, as they like to call it in the cave, crimes. Hope that explains things for you. I am relieved that actually this colour scheme isn't as time consuming as I feared it might be. Ah, Will says it's only a crime if it's a weird, nasty conversion. Otherwise, it's just making them kiss. Understood. Thank you for clearing that up for us as well. Oh no. Painting all of this blue, having not put any of the metal on, I'm starting to fear that I did too much metal in the upper bodies of this lot. And that actually I quite like the armour to just be plain. I'll show you in full face cam. Like, you've got this guy here, and like, sure, lovely metal, but also I'm sort of doing the shoulder pads on this one, and I think I just like it to be more blue than not. I might walk it back. I might just let this guy be very bronzy, and then do fewer bronze on the other ones. Interesting. Beaver98 says, how is gravity treating you in Elden Ring, Johnny? Kinder than you'd think. I did walk off something the other day and have a real, like... this is telling. I was fighting just some normal enemies, and I walked backwards off a thing and fell to my death, and I went and looked at the camera, which was off, because I was just playing a video game for my own amusement. So, there that goes. Seems that less than a year and just sitting at this desk has already done horrible, terrible things to my brain. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of that. It really does mean a lot. I'm just wet dry brushing now, aren't I, really? And I'm fine with it because it's quick. Because if we get through these lads quick enough, we can move on to the much lauded Minotaur with attendant dump truck ass, which would just be wonderful. Defect says, nice of you to think about this when gravity hits. You're very welcome. Etio Perinka says, just popping in to say hello and thank you for the streams. Hello. It's nice to see you, and you are very welcome. I really enjoy doing this. So, everybody wins. Colin Laster says 45 minutes before Ass Talk, a new record. Really? Was that 45 minutes before we mentioned something having a dump truck ass? I am genuinely proud of that. That's quite impressive. Right. That's this lot mostly ready to be shaded, I think. As in the blue, anyway. We actually just need to do a lot of hammered copper. Steve Gilly says, we must try harder in future. I don't know. I think it's nice when it just comes up organically, you know? Right. Nathaniel Levy says, we'll have to make up for it next week. We'll see. We'll see. Like, because there are weeks we've definitely gone overboard. Like Lord of the Rings Gate. I think we're all still living that one down, to be honest with you. And I admit, it's mostly my fault. But, all I'm saying is, maybe, some weeks where we don't mention butts for a while are sort of healthy for us. And if not directly for us, then at least our collective image online. You know? Oh, god damn it, here we go. Anonymous says, would a cannibal minotaur eat people or cows? Either, I guess. Either would be applicable. Or horse. Don't know if you can hear Luna, but she's starting to sing us the song of her people in the background, which is good of her, the hateful creature. Right. Do a bit of this belt nonsense. Mabel Teacher says, plot twist, they only eat other minotaurs. That's a point. That is a point. Fascinating. Okay, so how much do we actually want to make metallic now? And then we've got some cream to do. Cream. I'm going to do, because it looks like there are sort of flames coming out of this guy's helmet mouth. You heard me. So we'll do those metal. And then we can do bone on the teeth, and then leave everything else blue, I think. What fun! Yeah. Apologies for the construction noise outside. Only there's a group of people who don't want me to be happy from about 8 a.m. Monday to Saturday inclusive. And they're hard at it now, so that's good. Let's do this. We will do these bits. This is fun. I've said it time and again that like I consider painting miniatures to be a little bit like doing a puzzle sometimes. But it's nice that you can change your mind about what you do. Even from model to model if you're not that bothered about consistency. Okie dokie. Did I miss what everyone thought of the Thirst Marine? Did we think he was nice, or? Let's have a look. Fafnir has a voluptuous moustache. That's certainly true, Rob J. Steve Gilly says the sound of actual dump trucks. Very good. Oops. They're definitely a handsome marine, says Levi Coffee. There we go. There we go. Good stuff. Glad it's not just me, you know? Okay, we could use a touch of copper on this one, actually. Yeah, we'll just do the trim on the shoulder pads. Why not? Yeah, I much prefer that, actually. That's good. Cool, cool, cool. Sarah Beck says, I don't know what to tell you, Johnny, but they aren't my type. That's okay. That's all right. Nice Which says, I thought it was a very handsome little morsel, but I can't allow myself to fall in love with another tiny piece of plastic. That's fair. You've been hurt before. I like the idea of calling miniatures morsels, though. It's a bit of fun. And I'm not into vor, but you know what I mean. It's just a fun bit of terminology. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Okay. Nice Which says, words are good, aren't they? They're bloody excellent, actually. Big fan of them. Big fan of them. The old words. Oh, Mrs. On for the Wins in chat. Hello. I hope you're very well. You've not missed much. Just, actually, a surprising lack of discussion about butts. So, there that is. Oops, shit. Sam Street says, serious question. A player in one of my TTRPG campaigns has a partner that isn't into the whole role-playing thing and wants them to spend less time playing. Any advice? My advice would be to stay out of that one for as long as humanly possible, because it will not end well if you get involved in the discussion. If you get involved by one or both parties, okay. But until then, you don't touch that one with a fucking barge pole. I was once playing in a campaign and one of the players upped and left very, very quickly. Like out of nowhere, just upped and left. And then like, because the campaign was actually taking place at their house with like a couple of their housemates, but he decided to stop. There were a couple of times when we were playing and he would come through and try and be like, oh, you're still doing that, are you? As a hobby. Oh, you're still doing that. But you could tell he would do that with his girlfriend there, and you could tell it was with a tinge of sadness because he had been made to quit and was trying to justify it to himself and trying to show her that he wasn't. He basically. There was one time when we talked about it and we were like, well, why did you leave? And he went like, I just felt like it was time I grew up, you know? And we were like, okay. But we, like, it felt fairly obvious where this was coming from. And then, sure enough, a while later, he was like, I miss it so fucking much. And we were like, oh, why did you leave? And he was like, well, he was basically told to, you know? And, like, I think that sucks. It's rubbish. But getting caught up in that mess doesn't sound like a fun day at all. So I would avoid it if you can. For as long as you can. kind of busking this detail, to be honest. It's going okay, but not astoundingly well, but that's fine. Lots of people are basically just saying it's not cool to try and order people to stop doing something that makes them happy. And yeah, I agree. I think if you're not actively hurting anyone, you should be allowed to carry on doing the things that make you happy. And sure, it's easy to be like, oh, you and your little friends and your D&D or whatever, but I just feel like it's a deliberate lack of like empathy. You know, it sounds like quite jealous behaviour actually, to be like, I want you to spend less time playing with them and more time playing with me, or being around me. But you know, poor form, Peter. I'm much happier with how this armour's going actually, because the thing I really love about these models is the colour scheme rather, is the blue, and I feel like I have been hiding too much of it behind the metal details. So why not take some of the more sculpted elements, whoopsie, and make those stand out with nicely highlighted blue rather than just metallic paint. Nice, which says, Smee, don't try and stop me. When I was growing up, because you know there's a bit where Smee's making a plate of lunch, ostensibly for the captain, but he grabs a turkey leg, and at one point while listening to Captain Hook talk, just kind of goes, and takes a big bite. From then on in our house, legs of poultry were called Smees, so like a drumstick was a Smee. It's quite fun. I like it when families have weird lexicon between them, like just a weird, mutually established vocabulary. It is odd but fun. Okay, another bit of metal detail done on there. We're getting through these, actually. Sam Street says, thanks for your advice, Johnny and pals, much appreciated. Yeah, I hope it goes all right. By which I mean, I hope it resolves itself without you having to get involved. Chaos says, fun fact, one of the pirates in Hook is a heavily made up Glenn Close. Correct, it's the one that goes into the boo box. The boo box. I didn't realise that until I was much older. And it's just fantastic now to be like, yep, that's Glenn Close, all right. There she goes, into the boo box. Tony Doak has done a super chat saying, mandatory Monday mention of appreciation. Many more magnificent models must meet their maker. Thank you for that, Tony. That was, even though it's 5 o'clock here in the UK right now, that was more than I was prepared for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Mandatory Monday mention of appreciation. Many more magnificent models must meet their maker. There we go. Nice, which says Skelly film night of Hook when? Oh God, Am I ready? I haven't watched a single film with Robin Williams in it since he passed away, because I just feel like I would cry my eyes out. And that film is very dear to me. My family calls me Jack, not Johnny, because I never liked the name Jonathan growing up. And it wasn't actually until I went to school and about the age of 6 or 7, people started calling me Johnny. But I wasn't going to be called Jonathan until then. We saw Hook, and after that I said, call me Jack, and they said, okay. And they still do. And if anyone not in my family, or specifically my brother's childhood friends, calls me Jack, I crucify them. So let's bear that in mind, everybody. Am I right in thinking there's an RPG that's all about defending the women of the Wendy family from, like, the trickster Peter Pan who's coming to take them away, or is that a novel? Can't quite remember. Wait, Will says, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on, Carrie Fisher is in Hook. What? What? Carrie Fisher is in Hook? Where? Lucy Mama says, I think it's a novel. Yeah, I think it is. I've not read it, but I would very much like to, because it's a brilliant conceit. Levi Coffee is on a super chat saying, time to go play God of War so I can catch up to where Johnny is on the playthrough and watch the latest episode. Thank you again for the good times. You are very welcome. Enjoy God of War. I hope you and Boy get on well. Remember to parry when you can. I'm still trying to get the hang of that, to be honest, but I'm sure you'll do better than me. What? The kissing couple on the bridge who begin to float upwards after Tinkerbell sprinkles fairy dust over them. George Lucas and Carrie Fisher. George Lucas, you dog, you. Huh. Black Shield Forge says, isn't Peter Pan just some child stealing Fae? Correct, Black Shield Forge. Now listen, related to that, we need iron. We need as much iron as you can make us. We must protect ourselves from the child. Well, obviously I'm not a child. But, hey, maybe that's what my friend's girlfriend was on about when she was like, it's time you grew up. She was terrified that Peter Pan was going to come and steal her 6'4" boyfriend. That's enough brass on the upper body, I think. Let's just do the skirt again. Bin Wizard says Peter Pan is actually a stolen child replaced with a changeling. Huh. John Freeman says, doesn't Peter Pan in the original novel kill the Lost Boys when they get too old? I believe that's true, yes. Which kind of makes it interesting. It's like, are Hook's men Lost Boys that got away? Also, in Hook, can you imagine Robin Williams coming back and being like, hey, I found your marbles. Shh. Lemon Avalanche says, I'm learning so many things today. Good. I like it when we just end up having a a trivia-studded live stream. It's good fun. Not going to lie, the older I get, the more I'm tempted to run a pub quiz, because I just think it would be really fun. I think I'd be bad at it, but I would love to try, you know? I mean, we did do a couple of Eurogamer community pub quizzes when I still worked there. They were fun. I always did the sound round. One of them was just like just random noises from games, and then one of them was theme songs but played backwards. That was quite fun. Do a pub quiz show. I could, yeah. An LSP trivia night. That would be good fun. I wonder if... Yeah, I wonder if there's a way we could do that. Either rent out a pub or try and get space at a show where people are going to be. Anyway, speaking of which, if anyone's planning on coming to WASD next month at Tobacco Dock, I'm going to be doing a live show there. It's going to be in the evening, 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be a live game of Dread, the horror RPG, which has no dice. Instead, it has a Jenga tower. If your character tries to do something challenging, instead of rolling dice, you have to pull a block from a Jenga tower. If the tower falls, your character is dead. I think it's going to be great fun. It's going to be me, Gav Murphy, Einol Tomlinson, Imogen Mellor, and we're going to pull up a couple of people out of the audience to complete the roster. And we'll see how many people die in the space of 2 hours, which I think could be good fun. Simon Bruff says, hey Johnny, sponsorship meeting went well on Saturday. Progress being made. I'm very glad to hear that. Congratulations. Jack Wood says, King Billy? I mean, that would be fun. But then also, it depends how many Skelly pals can get up to Nottingham, you know? Like, but then I guess, you know, it would be the same if it was like, depends how many can come to London, so, and also the King Billy. Well, I've still never been. I will think on this. I will cogitate because I really want to do it. Not least because I have a few ideas for rounds that I don't think would necessarily go over brilliantly with just a normal pub quiz audience. Whereas, you know, you've all proven yourselves to be mischievous little goblins time and time again. So, you know, I'd feel better doing it with you around. Their pizzas are amazing. You know what? I've seen pizzas. What I meant to say was, back when I had a Facebook account, I followed the King Billy on Facebook, and Log would post a lot about the pizzas they had on offer each week, and they looked amazing. But instead, I've seen pizzas. Oh, I knew that scream was going to come in handy today. I've been meaning to make it for weeks, and then today I was like, no. Oh, I've seen pizzas. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's fine. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing more metal details on these models. Egads. Egads. But it's been good so far this stream to realise that I can just mix it up and change what bits I do paint gold. Almost as if each Chaos Dwarf has been given a part of gold, well, hammered copper paint and told to customise their armour. That's the way I'm selling it. Oofed. I've seen pizzas. It's quite tempting to slap that one on a t-shirt, isn't it? Honestly, I cannot wait for you all to see the design I've got for t-shirts. It's nice. Like, it's a t-shirt I'm looking forward to wearing myself, and yeah, I'm very excited to put it live. I'm just gonna wait for the samples just in case, because I have a t-shirt from this company and I actually think they're pretty great, but I just want to make sure it all works well. So I don't want people to drop money on something that then comes out a bit different to how we all thought or whatever. But hopefully it'll be live soonish, and you can see why I'm so excited. Tony Doak says, had to clip the I've seen pizzas bit. Yeah, that's fair. If you could get that to me somehow, either on Discord if you're in it or tweet it at me, that would be very useful. Thank you. Oof. Lemon Avalanche says, the real question is, has Johnny been made aware of the previous existence of Garfield-shaped pizzas? No, I have not. I mean, most recently I've been made aware of that promotional pizza that was meant to be a batarang, and it was like half pizza, half calzone, and the whole thing just looked like a sanitary pad. I was aware of that, but no, that's about it. What a fascinating modern age we live in. Oh, I missed a super chat. Thank you, my cat is typing this. Cookie Cat 94 did a super chat saying, I read a joke once about an alternate ending to Peter Pan where Captain Hook wins the duel and sends Peter Pan back to London in a body bag. I'd share it, but it requires a deadpan delivery. I can't argue with that. That's pretty excellent. Oh, goodness me. I'm glad people informed me I missed that one, because wow, that was strong. Thank you, Cookie Cat 94. I'm not even mad about that one. Scandinavian. It's not even 6 o'clock, and I've already lost it once. Good times. Good times. I've seen pizzas. Still, these dwarves are going well. Like I say, it's a faster colour scheme than I thought it was going to be, and that is a comfort. Kind of fancy pizza for dinner now. Oh, Cookie Cat 94 says, normally the Peter Pan jokes never land, so I'm proud of that one. Oofed. Oofed. Aha! Thank you very much, Tony, with the pizza clip. You've sent it to me on Discord. That is very kind. I've seen pizzas. I've seen them. Oh. Rudy says, "Can anyone remember what stream the Scandinavian joke was in?" Yes, I believe it's been pinned in the Discord. I think it's just in general. I'll find it. Pinned messages. Ah, yes, there it is. In case anyone wants that. Kay Oliver said, "I have tweeted the work in progress leopard spots." I'll have a look. That's a weird tweet. Oh, they look great. Oh, there's my nose. Those are excellent. Like, they're recognisably leopard spots. That's great work. Very nice. Okay. All right. Right. Let's get back to it. Okay. Just one more to get all the metal done on, and then we'll tidy up the skin, and then I think we'll shade these models, and we can work on the cream details and the beards after that. Or maybe I should do the cream. I will do the cream details first. Cream. Let's just get a bit more paint on the palette, really. Scandinavian. I like the painting streams on Mondays because it really feels like when the ghosts of my past come back to haunt me. Like, more so than any other time, really. It's a real marathon to keep my head up. My cat is typing this. Says, "Are your fingers gigantic or are these dwarves tiny?" These are miniatures, so I wouldn't say that I have gigantic hands in particular. I'll show you again. I'll show you the close-up view, which is just my face. Like, that's how big the model is in my hand. Oh god, that doesn't help at all, does it? Here's my hand next to my face. Here's the model next to my face and my hand. They're just not very big. They're small. So there we go. Mabel teaches us Scandinavian tuna and sweet chili sandwiches. It all dredges up. That fucking sandwich, honestly. Honest to God. I didn't even order it. That one's never leaving me, unfortunately. Doom Biscuit says, "Johnny, your keyboard is very pleasing. Where did you get it?" I got it from Gamma K. Gamakay. So you have to buy the board and the switches and the keycaps all separately. So I could have gone for a cheaper board, but it was just a real pleasure to build, and it's a dream to type on. And I don't know if you can see, but like the keys are like, there's a little bowl of ramen there and another one there, and it's meant to be like, it's a bento box. Like the return key has like bento box items, and I just think it's cute. And I haven't painted this bit of armor blue, and I really should have, so I will in a moment. Once I work out what's going to be copper here, this bit. Alison Vassabar has done a super chat saying, "Hey Johnny, you've been feeling low for the past few weeks after getting a rejection letter for grad school, but I was oddly comforted recently learning that bees can see yellow, blue, purple and white flowers. What a lovely thing to take solace in. I'm sorry to hear about the letter. I can imagine that would leave you feeling down, but like their loss basically. It's a lot easier for me to say it than for it to just be a thing that becomes true, but try not to see it as a reflection on your worth, because I think you've almost certainly got a lot to offer, and if they can't see it, then more fool them, frankly. And bloody hell, bees are pretty great, turns out. Yellow, blue, purple and white flowers. Oh my god, wait, that means that obviously they can tell what black is. Bees are capable of identifying the colours of the non-binary pride flag. So that's pretty great. Good on them. Bees, a great bunch of lads. Contrary to the punchline of my favourite joke in the whole world. Yeah, okay, we'll do that bit. Alright, good. Okay. Great. Now I'm going to switch to a smaller brush, do some cream details. Cream. I'm going to touch up the skin because I've messed up some of it. And then it's time to shade these little bastards, which would be nice. Okie dokie. Yeah, we'll use that brush, that's fine. Okie dokie. What time is it? 24 minutes past 5. Okay. Good. Right. Yeah, I am unimpressed with this camera. It's not good for showing off anything I'm painting, really. That's a pain in the ass, but I'll try and do something about it. Still in pursuit of that perfect paint stream setup. We'll get there. Shaz the Great and Powerful says, Johnny, what was your first tattoo and what convinced you to get one? I just fancied getting one. And I came up with an idea that I thought would be cool and fun. And I got a caffeine molecule tattooed just there. And then this year I got it covered up because I didn't fancy having it anymore. Because it didn't really fit with anything else I had tattooed on me. And I thought, it's taking up a lot of room. I can get something better there. So it is. Jax has done a super chat saying, just got back from hospital with kidney stones. This stream is the perfect way to relax and pass time while I try to pass this stone. Is it weird to say we're all rooting for you? Kidney stones sound like a nightmare, and I'm very sorry that you've been in hospital with them. I hope it passes swiftly and as easily as possible, because yeah, that sounds properly like weapons grade rubbish. But thank you very much for the super chat, and I'm glad to be streaming at a time when you could do with a little pick-me-up. Oh, and I didn't paint the boots on this one, did I? Okay, good. Nice to see I've just missed off a whole bunch of stuff on these models. That's good. That's good fun. Also, what the fuck is this song? I do not like it. Okay. 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 One down. You know what, everyone? This camera is annoying me so much, and I want to adjust it so it's no longer sharpening so much that I think we should go on a 5 to 7 minute break so I can fiddle with the settings without it completely messing up the stream. Hopefully, I'll be able to just deactivate it in OBS and make changes to the settings, because if not, then my only option would be to stop sending data and make the stream pause before carrying on, which I don't especially want to do. But what we'll do, once I've painted this skull and the other one on the other side of this helmet, is we'll have a 5-7 minute break. So if you are thirsty or hungry or not comfortable or too warm or not warm enough and you need to make adjustments to your current scenario, this would be an excellent time to do it. I, for one, am also going to grab myself a drink and nip to the toilet, so look forward to, well, I was about to say look forward to that. You won't be able to see that bit. Well, that's really clumsy painting there. And then I'll come back and we'll just we'll carry on with this whole streaming malarkey, and we'll generally have a great time is the plan. Hopefully with a picture that looks a bit better than it currently does. Just bear with me on that front. Right. Yeah, I'm going to do that now because I'm getting careless with my painting. So, yeah, back in 5 to 7 minutes. If you aren't going anywhere, please enjoy some soft jazz and a picture of my dog, and I'll see you very shortly. You couldn't hear any of that, but it was important streaming stuff. Don't worry about it. Be right back. Hello everybody. I hope you're all well. Let's activate that camera. It's not as sharpened now, so it's at least less insulting to look at. Still doesn't show up detail, basically at all. Basically at all. But it's less of a heinous image to be getting on with, so that's good. Right. And I've also calmed down a little bit, had a bit of a word with myself after the numerous mishaps in the first portion of the stream, and we're ready to crack on, hopefully without making much more of an ass of myself. Can't promise anything, naturally, but we'll see. Okay. Jack Wood says, I have posted crime progress. Oh, that is certainly a crime. I'm not looking at that as any for a second longer than I already have. Good work, Jack Wood. Ryan Shona says, do we really seem that judgy as an audience, Johnny? If so, I'm sorry on our behalf. No, not especially. I don't really feel like I have a judgy audience. It's more, I've been, this is my 14th year of making video online, and it bothers me when it doesn't look decent. I want people to be able to see what I'm painting, and at the minute, I feel like I'm not showing it, and that bothers me. So it's more of a me thing. To be honest, the times when the audience has been judgy has been about incidental stuff that they've sort of pointed out in the background of my life. Where I'm like, I'm here being like, oh God, does this miniature show up all right on camera? Or do I need to change the f-stop on that camera? Should I have it on autofocus or manual focus? And people are there going like, why don't you clean your keyboard? That's the kind of... That's where they really try and get me. But no, for the most part, lovely skeleton pals are exactly that, just lovely. So... no apology necessary, Brian. I assure you. Rotten Luck has done a super chat saying, thought you might like to know that I joined the Turnip 28 Patreon because of excellent streams. I'm currently printing off a makeshift Todd. Amazing. I think it's really nice that there are like proper 3D sculpted figures that look like Max's art for Turnip. I think that's absolutely lovely. I mean, I think the kit bashing is a really important bit for me for Turnip 28, but generally speaking, I'm also very happy that the sort of iconic models are there. Right. Cream, cream, cream. This lad's got teeth. There's one thing I don't really like about Chaos Dwarves, that all of them seem to have like chin beards, but nothing up here, which just looks odd to me. I would sooner have no beard than just a chin beard. But Chaos Dwarves, they seem to bloody love it, so they do. And I find that perplexing. Ah yes, this is the one where I just didn't paint this bit blue, but we'll do the teeth now anyway, just for funsies. Direct Blue has done a super chat saying, spotted a roaming pizza during the break. Oh, bloody hell, congratulations. from this day forth, you truly may say, I've seen pizzas. You know what? I've seen pizzas. There we go. Gamehead9 says Chaos Dwarves chaotic in all things, especially facial hair. I suppose I can't really argue with that, but I don't have to like it either. I mean, if it really bothered me, I'd crack out the green stuff and make them all little moustaches, but I haven't done so. I don't really have a leg to stand on here, do I? Oh yeah, shit. There are like horns on some of the helmets. No, not that one. Or that one. But yes on this one. Okay, cool. We're good. We're fine. Christopher Needham says, I may be about to hunt down a wild pizza for dinner. I hear, though, frequent the oven. This might turn into that time when I think it was my friend Barry talked about having Chinese food for dinner while I was doing that charity stream in like November of 2020. And then just more and more people in chat were like, I've ordered Chinese food for dinner. I did after the stream, so I don't have a leg to stand on, but it's kind of like yawning. The desire for pizza is somewhat contagious. Who can blame it? Because it's absolutely delicious. Danilla Dragon says pizza is ordered. Yes, Danilla. Give in. Now I feel like I've officially overdone it on the cream, but it would be weird if the spikes on this shoulder didn't match the spikes on the other shoulder, so we're just going to have to deal with that, aren't we? Hey-ho. I said I'd overdone it already, but here I am painting more cream. I just can't stop myself, apparently. Excuse me. If talking of having seen pizzas, if you've never heard of the Twitter account Fucked Up Looking Pizzas, oh, it's pretty wild. There are some people out there who are just criminals, specifically pizza criminals. So genuinely worth a look in, just to make you go, that is a fucked up pizza. I am going to stop listening to this playlist because it is no longer doing it for me. Let's see. Yeah, fuck it. That'll do. Emma Benton says, none pizza with left beef. None pizza with left beef, I don't really consider to be a pizza or a fucked up pizza. Like, none pizza with left beef is more of a concept, you know? It's like, it's... Without getting too into this, like, it is kind of a postmodern analysis of capitalism and utility, I think. You know? Colin Lasser says, at the risk of starting a massive war, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Not for me personally. I don't really enjoy the texture. But I fully respect other people's right to have pineapple on their pizza. I'm tired of fighting about it. I would say that I'm more annoyed by pizzas with barbecue sauce bases than I am by pineapple on pizza. Because oftentimes the toppings on those pizzas sound amazing. You're like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we got this on there, we got this on there, we got this on there. And then they say, like, all on top of a delicious barbecue sauce base. It's like, no, that's too sweet. Fucking horrible. Ah, Lucy Mama says, apparently someone at my old job tried to order a naan pizza with left beef. It didn't work. Oh, God. Anonymous says, if pizza is bread with tomato-based sauce and some protein, does that mean a sausage in a bun with ketchup is pizza? No. I'm going to say quite comfortably no on that one. I'm struggling to articulate why. Even though I know that there are some pizzas that don't have cheese, I feel like cheese is an important aspect of it. And also, like, a hot dog is a sandwich. You know? Kimberly Allen says, I just joined the Patreon and I'm not sure how to access the Discord. Can someone help me? So you need to, in Patreon, you can link your Patreon account in settings to Discord. If that doesn't work, could you send me a message on Patreon and I will generate a link for you, which will just get you in. But just in case, it's better to go the extra mile and connect your Discord to Patreon in case you join any other communities that also offer Discord servers, because then you won't have to go through the same palaver more than once. Oh God, we've done it, haven't we? We're now all just discussing what the definition of a hot dog is, whether a hot dog can be a pizza. This is why the pineapple question's dangerous, you know? Not because people have strong opinions about pineapple, it's that it leads to other more fraught conversations about, you know, someone's out there saying a pizza's a wrap. One Halo Ninja is saying lasagna's a cake. Rotten Luck says cereal is not soup, it doesn't contain a stock. It's real cat among the pigeons shit, isn't it? Like, the conversation went immediately and fantastically off the rails. Proper, like, Donkey Kong minecart shit. Brian Shona has done a super chat saying, please refer all is X a Y food questions to the cube rule. Please, all of you do that. As Brian says, please refer all is X or Y food questions to the cube rule. Because otherwise, we're just going to be here all day. Treeman says pizza pie. It's in the name. Pizza is a pie. But a pizza pie is a different sort of pizza. Not all pizzas are pies, and not all pies are pizzas. Treeman. You know? I'd wager that I've never had a proper pizza pie in my life. Silent Cobb has done a super chat saying, in the US, hot dogs as a sandwich or not is a fight you don't want. Okay. People are now asking what the cube rule is. The cube rule. Cube rule of food is identifying dishes based on starch locations. Okay. The cube rule. So, if you imagine a cube, just the base is toast, base and up here is sandwich, base and two sides is taco, base, top and sides is sushi, all four sides and a base is soup/salad with bread roll, and all sides of the cube is calzone. So you can identify any food based on the location of the structural starch. So according to the cube rule, pizza is a toast, nigiri sushi is a toast, and a slice of pumpkin pie is bent toast. Obviously, you know what a sandwich is. According to this, a Victoria sponge cake counts as that. A quesadilla that's not folded counts as that. A hot dog is technically a taco. An uncut sub sandwich is a taco. Pigs in blankets are a sushi. An enchilada is sushi. That's the cube rule. So that's about as far as I care to go with this conversation, actually. Oh god, it's just like the worst thing about the whole is a hot dog a sandwich, or is pizza X, or is Y a pie thing, is that it's an existential debate that everyone's had practice in, but people haven't been practicing to determine things. They've been practicing to say stuff that they think is funny that fucks other people up. You know? Oh. The Nice Switch says, nothing is anything, it's just tasty. We don't need to do this. We don't. We don't. Pizza is a tasty foodstuff. A hot dog, tasty foodstuff. There we go. Let's bring this back to just, things on which we can all agree. Pineapple is a topping on pizza. Not everyone likes it, but we all agree it's a thing. Let's just walk it back. It's Monday. We don't need to do this to ourselves. Since soup is a fluid and fluids can assume the form of the vessel they're in, soup could be a pie. No, just everyone can just chill, We can just... Well, hey, Kimberly Allen says, I now have my Patreon on my Discord connected. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Phew. The thing about Chaos Dwarves is they always try and walk it in, though. Have you noticed that, mate? Mr. McWaggle says, so, Minotaur asks, cake or soup? There we go. That's the kind of goblin chat I'm used to. Corvus Albright's on a super chat saying, I've just posted to the Looking for Games channel on the Discord for a Beam Saber campaign, if anyone's interested. We talked about your desires to run Beam Saber last week, and people did seem interested. So, if you are a lovely skeleton pal in the Discord, and you feel like stepping up, you know where to go. Thank you very much for the super chat. Why does Sonic like hot dogs? Chili dogs specifically. I mean, they are tasty, but is that a good food for a hedgehog? Like, it's not even a good food for like an elite athlete, which Sonic the Hedgehog definitely is, because he goes real fast, you know? It's just a thought. Well, we're desperately trying to cling on to an intelligible subject. Also, like, does Mario have a canonically, like, a canonical favourite food? I'm trying to remember. Because I think I have a sort of fake memory in my head of him loving pizza, but I think that's just I think that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and yeah, Thunder Cookie and Christopher Needham say Peach offers him cake, which is true. Like, because I was thinking, like, dear Mario, I have baked a cake for you. Please come to the castle. Has she? Because she's been taken prisoner by Bowser. So maybe Bowser just thinks Mario's favourite food is a cake? I don't know. Chaos says, my son is currently Mario obsessed and says no, there is no canonical Mario favourite food. Right, job done. Case closed. I trust the child superfan. Emma Benton says, boom, done. Next subject. Damn right. We don't need to spend ages tying ourselves in knots on these things. That one's done, so we're just going to do the cream on one more dwarf, and then we can just touch up the skin on this, and then done. Black Shield Forge says we'd have to ask Bob Hoskins what his favourite food is. Too soon, man. Poor Bob Hoskins, having to be in that film and then also passing away. Nick Janamo Smith has done a super chat saying, your new debate, an escalator can never break down, it can only become stairs. I agree with that wholeheartedly, and I feel like Mitch Hedberg covered this very well. This escalator is temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience. Mitch Hedberg was, and if you've never heard of Mitch Hedberg, I urge you to look him up after the fact. He was one of the best to ever do it. He was a comedian who really just showed that, you know what, like, you know, all these people out there being like, comedy has to be provocative. If we can't say whatever we want and offend people, how can we be funny? Look at Mitch Hedberg. He is absolutely incredible. Just some wonderful one-liners. And this was a man who also had terrible stage fright. So Mitch Hedberg used to wear his hair quite long, but he also used to wear tinted glasses on stage. And he looked very cool, but like, if you look at performances, 99% of the time he's got his eyes closed. He's out there playing huge shows and absolutely like killing it. He was an incredible talent, and he played to some really big audiences, but he was still so scared that he would close his eyes. But he just, my God, his one-liners were just incredible. Like, Kay Oliver's actually just said, the one-liner that always makes me laugh, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. Like, it's just, it's just, yeah, it's great. Mr. McWaggle says Mitch made fun of himself first, last, and always. That's how you do it. There's one bit I always remember where like I think he was playing some music or something, and his neighbour started pounding on the wall, and his response was, "Go around. I do not know what is on your side, but on my side there is a wall." It's just so good, like absolutely wonderful. Riley Marie says, in that same point, look at E.G. and Ox. Tons of hilarious moments without dehumanising anyone. A very good point. I think, yeah, like, comedy does not have to be unkind. I tried to aspire for the same thing, but I don't. We'll see. I've put too much water in this paint now. I'm trying to remember some other Mitch Hedberg lines, but you know what? It's better if I don't, and if you just go look. It's just incredible. Like, he was, yeah, just wonderful. Oh, I missed a super chat from Burrito. Thank you, Colin. I'm off the mark today. Burrito's on super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, how are you? Any thoughts on Nintendo's triangle strategy? Still deciding whether Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was better. Is it Final Fantasy FF Tactics Advance was better? I actually am like it's games like that are a real blind spot for me, Burrito. I don't tend to play them very much, and I kind of wonder if I would enjoy them, but I've never really given them a bash. Like, is it fair to say that they're a bit like Fire Emblem? Like, is it that, are they that kind of sort of thing? Because I've seen people get really, really into those, and I think that looks like fun, but I've never actually given them a go, and I'm sort of a little bit intimidated by them. But yeah, hopefully other people in chat have played Triangle Strategy and can give you a more informed opinion than I can. Either way, thank you very much for the super chat, Burrito. It's good to see you, and since you asked, I'm well, actually. Similar to Fire Emblem or Shining Force, says a nice switch. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm very well. I had a nice weekend. I'm just about keeping a grip on things while painting today. Just about. And yeah, just generally speaking, things are going all right. It's terrifying that it's March already. Genuinely, how did that happen? We're also a week into March. So it's, but, terrifying existential crises aside, I'm great. So there we go. Just trying to block in some of the cream down here. I think the shade will see it right. I think we'll be fine. An old crow spoke to me. An old crow has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, just wondering if you use D&D Beyond in any of your DMing. Just started a campaign with some friends online, and it seems like a useful tool." I do. So I am actually extraordinarily fortunate in that. Basically, I've been hooked up with a press account for D&D Beyond, so I kind of have access to everything. So I find it extremely useful for just looking stuff up. Like, I actually find the last few LiveVox ventures I've run with my laptop behind the screen, because I can connect to the Wi-Fi in the venue, and someone can say, "I cast blah blah blah," and normally I'd be like, "Okay, tell me about this," and they'd have to sort of tell me, or I would pick up a book and have to leaf through it rather to find all the information. And sometimes now I still say, "Tell me about this," so the audience gets clued in if they don't know. But generally speaking, I can actually pull up the information faster than they can tell it to me, and it's great. Just being able to search for stuff and be like, "Oh, here's the spell I need." It's very, very useful. and just being able to tab between monsters that I have decided will be thrown in for that adventure, that's very useful as well. So yeah, I think it's really good. Right, bit of the old heavy warm grey, or Rakarth flesh if you prefer. Just going to fix up the skin on this lot. Ura Smith has done a super chat saying, "Evening, Johnny and LSPs. Any advice for painting Oryx? Picked up some gut rippers and looking to try out new techniques. Thanks." I don't think I haven't. I haven't painted any Oryx. I have 3 randomly. I've got some rippers, I think. But I don't know. Other people help. I think they suit a more natural, almost like desaturated palette. Like I personally would stay away from like the really strong green tones for skin, whereas like doing that on like orcs or goblins or snotlings or whatever can be really, really fun. There's something about the Oryx to me that's sort of say a bit more of a muted palette. Maybe it's the whole swamp vibes. I don't really know, but if there are any other people from the Ham Cave in chat, I'm sure they can give you some better advice than I can. In all honesty. So fix the skin on this one, but I also need to do some blue on that one, so I'm going to put it there. RV Dammit says, I seem to recall advice being use a deep purple as the base colour. Interesting. Riley Marie says, how did you get into painting? 2 of my friends decided they wanted to try Age of Sigmar. No, 3. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And to be honest with you, my main fear was that I was going to be bad at painting and I would feel bad about it. But they convinced me and I was like, okay. And I'd played a lot of Warhammer Vermintide, so I bought some Skaven models. And then a friend and I sort of got all of our paints together and we both had a tutorial video up for, the things we were painting. We spent a whole day together painting. And I came out with a few models that I was like, these don't suck. And then sort of the more used to it I got, the more relaxed I was. And then I suddenly discovered I was just really enjoying myself. And I kind of haven't looked back since then. What I've tried to do is push myself in various ways. In terms of like trying new techniques. Like I've learned a lot of techniques and I've thrown a lot of them away because they just don't particularly work for me. But especially trying to be bolder with my colour choices was a big one for me. And just sort of slowly learning what I like to paint and how to paint it. Developing something approaching a personal style, I guess, but still. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. It was just sort of friends. And then slowly I sort of joined a couple of communities online and just got really into talking about painting as well. And then it went from there. It's quite a nice, gentle, natural progression. Addy, are you okay in chat? Having just come back from seeing The Batman. I'm going to go see that on Thursday night, I think. So I'm going to wrap up the stream slightly earlier so I can make the showing after I stream. But I'm actually quite excited to see it. Initially, I didn't really fancy it because of the runtime, but I just find RPAT so interesting that I just want to see it. And I want to see it in cinemas. Levi Coffey's done another super chat saying, have you ever looked into getting a 3D printer and making your own models? No. So, a thing about me, I have terrible impulse control. So oftentimes, I will be like, I've seen this thing online, I really like it. And I will type that to a friend and they'll be like, haha, like, oh, you know, try and save your pennies or whatever. And I'll be like, it's too late, I've bought it. I have awful impulse control. So you'd think that a 3D printer would actually be right up my alley, but it just isn't. I don't really fancy one. Like, I think it's partly like finding the space for it and just the time it takes to print stuff out, and you know, knowing that it can go wrong and I need to sort of fiddle with it and finding all the files and stuff. It just doesn't really appeal to me. Like, and also like, I feel like it would just be a license to give myself homework. And I worried that I'd spend loads of time and money printing stuff that I never got round to painting, and in the end didn't especially want to paint. So it's not quite for me, which is a shame, because I think my wife would quite like it if we did have one. But yeah, I'm just quite relieved almost, actually, that I seem to be immune to this one. Shadow Wolf Alpha 5 says, hi Johnny, what D&D power or spell would you like to have in real life? Why is Goodberry coming to mind? Just conjure good berries. Because they can, like, feed you for a whole day, right? Like, you could save so much money on grocery bills. I don't know. Linz Miller says prestidigitation is the correct answer. It is. I think prestidigitation is secretly the best spell in D&D. Dare I said it. There's very little you can't do with prestidigitation, in my opinion. That's that one. Right, just needs to do a little bit of blue on these two, and then I think we can shade these little bastards. Damn. Touching some final bits on the armour, then it's shading time. If we get this done in time, which I suspect we will actually, I might actually start on a hobgoblin rather than the bull centaur. Even though, and I've checked, you can't see the hobgoblin's butt on the sculpt. So apologies in advance for that. But I'm just kind of intrigued to see how they'll turn out, because they're a slightly different challenge. And actually, like, I kind of want to paint their skin up in the same way that I think I would paint up Oryx skin. So that could be interesting, since we've been talking about those. But first, I think I need to paint a shoe on a dwarf. I do, there we go. One of the coaches in my Blood Bowl league is running Chaos Dwarves this season, and they seem absolutely terrifying. It's such an interesting season already, because there are so many different and new teams coming to the fold. Right. Casual reminder that my pronouns are they, them, not he, him. Thank you kindly. Adio OK says, I love the new keyboard. It's a beaut. It's an absolute beaut. And it just sounds, hang on. Ooh. Sounds absolutely delightful. Clay Sanford has done a super chat saying, "Hi Janie, what are your favourite solo board games? I've been trying to get into more solo board gaming since it's easier to plan game sessions. I'll dare say it is. Set a Watch is my favourite. Like, to be honest, like any co-op game can be played solo, which is great. Like, whoops. Because I think sometimes you've got board games and they're like, there's a solo mode, and they've just tacked it on and it's not very good. But co-op games, if you can play with 4 people, you can play with 1 person. And some co-op games out there, like Set a Watch, are absolutely phenomenal. So, I would say that the Set a Watch is really, really elegant. There's also a new standalone version called Set a Watch Swords of the Coin, which does some very interesting stuff. So I would thoroughly recommend either of those. What other co-op games would be good? That one's great. What other co-op games have I even played recently? Oh, my brain is foggy. Okay, Matthew K has done a super sticker. The super sticker depicts, and I appreciate not all of you will have been watching earlier on in the stream when we discussed what a pair is, but if you are confused, either go to your local library or perhaps rewind the stream and watch the whole thing from the start. But it's basically there's a pair. The pair has arms and legs and a face and a headband and some shoes. And a hand mirror. These are all things that aren't typical to pairs, but we've kind of, as I say, we've gone over it. You'll get there. And basically, this pair is kind of looking off into a mirror and going like, "Ooh," and then going, "Ah," as if it's sort of looking at itself and then is excited by its own reflection, which shows it has intelligence. And the text says, "Thanks for being you." So thank you very much, Matthew K. That is a charming sticker to have sent. I just realised, because I think, what did someone say? Clay said, I've been enjoying Forbidden Island recently. Forbidden Island is lovely. Also, while we're talking about island ones, Spirit Island is a bloody great co-op game. It's a card game, actually. I think it's got just a solo mode, but I've played it 2-player, and it's bloody brilliant. Basically, you are the spirits of an island that is being invaded by colonists, and it's your job to drive them into the sea. So it's pretty feel-good on that front. You're like, oh no, here come some colonists. They're trying to build towns and cities. I, a vengeful spirit of the ocean, am going to murder them all. It's refreshingly different, I'll say that much. So, yeah, can thoroughly recommend that one, actually. I haven't played it enough. I've also heard great things about Arkham Horror, which is a card game, which is collectible, and it's you can play it solo or co-op. What's the Marvel one? What's the bloody Marvel one? Marvel Champions? Marvel Champions is great. I really enjoyed playing that, actually. I've actually still never played Arkham, but I played Marvel Champions when I was at Dicebreaker and thought it was bloody charming. So yeah, lots of options out there for you, actually. Clay says, I played it once. Best friend is obsessed with it. Played the River Spirit. Yeah, Spirit Island's really something special. My friend owns it, and every now and then we'll meet up and play it and sort of, just have a catch up, but also just smash some invaders. And it's bloody lovely. Rotten Luck says Crisis Protocol. I haven't played Crisis Protocol. That's the miniatures one, isn't it? I think Marvel Champions is the is the card one. I know Will's a big fan of that one, but yeah. I do love a good co-op game, in fairness. I think they're great fun. Okay. Oh, Levi says, time to go again, Skelly Pals, to go get my daughter from school. Until next time, thank you for the chill paint stream. Take care. Emma Benton says, Johnny, may I do a tiny bit of shameless self-promotion? Fill your boots, Emma. Of course you can. I would be delighted if you did. Good Luck or a Quick Death has dropped by and just dropped a super chat. Saying nothing, the strong and silent and generous type is Good Luck or a Quick Death. And as ever, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And it is lovely to see you in chat. I hope you're well. Uh-oh. I have a sneeze brewing? I think I have a sneeze brewing. This will be fun. Yep. There we go. Rob J says, on the subject of co-op games, someday I'll get around to finishing painting my Zombicide minis. Isn't the whole point of Zombicide that there are loads of minis? I can't blame you for not having got through all of them, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh no, I didn't get the skin on these arms. Dang it. Hey! Emma says, I started my virtual photography account, brackets. I just took it off private, so I hope it worked. Well, that's an easy follow. And... heh. I think I'm your first follower. So, virtual photography, do not repost without permission. No NFTs. Fuck yes, Emma, that's brilliant. Lovely stuff. Rob J says, balls to painting all of them. Just one set of zombies and all the heroes. That is good. Good. That is a much more realistic way of going about it, I dare say. I'm glad you're keeping things manageable. Because I think, you know, people clearly love them. People clearly get really excited about, you know, games that say pop up and Kickstarter or whatever. And they're like, you'll get all of these miniatures. And I'm like, that just sounds like work. I mean, I still never played Curse City. And, like, it's partly because of all the furore about it not being available, but being available, but not being available. It kind of killed my enthusiasm for it a little bit, if I'm perfectly honest. But also, it's like, that's a lot of models before I even play this game. Of course, the alternative is don't bother painting them, or just paint as many as you want, but play with everything you have anyway. But I don't know, I just really felt like, when I first got it, I was like, oh, it's going to be special. I'm going to paint everything up, and then we'll play it, and it'll be lovely. And now I'm just like, meh. These are some great sculpts, but can I be bothered? So that's a whole big thing. So yeah, I'm glad you're taking an attitude of just painting up exactly as much as you want and nothing more. Good for you. Doom Biscuit says, I need to skitter off to get food, but thank you for the laughs and chill times, Johnny and Skelly Pals. You're more than welcome, Doom Biscuit. Skitter away. Please leave the room sideways like a crab. Right. Carry on painting, or shading rather. And then I need to go, oh dear, that's a lot of shade. Oh well. What was I going to say? Yeah, just going to shade this lot, fix the skin on that one, and then it's onto the business of highlighting, or rather layering up the blue armour a lot more. That's all of them shaded. It is. I'm going to hit this one just a tiny bit more, actually, around here. For reasons. Nathan says, evening ham fans, home from work and it's time to build some ogres. Yes, please. Sorry, ogres. Ogres. Great bunch of lads. I've got some, actually. I've still got the ogre half of Feast of Bones. Should really try it. Try painting it, rather. I don't know what I'd use them for, so I've kind of been stalling on that. Okay, that's a bit of a rough job, but that's fine. Painted over some metal. I will paint over it again. So we need to shade it anyway, so that's fine. Nathan says, Warcry Warband. Oh, for the ogres. I could do that, yeah. But the thing is, I've still got both warbands from Red Harvest to paint. And I still haven't finished painting up my Squig warband. But I do like the Feast of Bones lads. I'd like to kit bash them into something. I'd probably try and turn them into a Blood Bowl team, let's face facts. I'm deep in it now. Alex Thorold says, I have acquired a cup of tea as a reward for cleaning the living room. Absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I structure pretty much all of my days, especially the days when I wake up feeling anxious because my anxiety is worst in the morning. I structure all of my days around to-do lists, and I always put things like coffee in there because it just helps me gain a bit of momentum, and like it's an easy thing to tick off. I like having coffee. I want to have coffee. It makes my day easier. But also, if I get to tick it off my to-do list, it's like, well, I've been productive. I've done that thing that I said I would do, and I meant to do it, and I've done it. So everything goes on there now. It's like, I'll even break it down to like coffee, take the dog out, brush my teeth, have a shower and get dressed, take my meds. All that shit's on my to-do list. And that's a lot of shit I can tick off each day. And then I'll be, be stuff like schedule stream, have dinner. It's just good to sort of structure yourself. And the stuff that you do every day is still stuff you're doing, Mark Cohen says, I think after Hand Meet, the entire cave is like that with kill teams. Okay, so everyone who went to Hand Meet, are they massively into kill team now? Is that how everyone's gone? Expressive Depressive says, my favourite motivational tool is the done list, a separate list next to the to-do list of things you managed to do that weren't on the list. That's good. Because there are some times when I'm like, oh, I need to do that thing. And I'm like, well, should I add it to the to-do list? I'm like, no, I'm literally doing it now, so there's no point. But, yeah, that's a point. Yeah, that's good. Right. Just waiting for the shade to dry on this lot, but they are looking good, I'm pleased to say. Still got some gubbins to be getting on with, like... Where's the Eshin Grey? There's the Eshin Grey. Mark Cowan says, it's great fun, quick, and loads of ideas are floating around now for custom teams. Jack Wood says, I didn't play it, but having Lady Olinda scream a load of Mark's dryads to death was very good. It sounds wonderful, Jack. Sounds fucking excellent. Chaos says, the Ham Dungeon getting into kill list, that's a different thing, was inevitable with the release of the Space Elf Pirates for it. Can you imagine Space Elf Pirates running around kill list? What a film. Just Shark Song going off in the background while Space Elf Pirates run around and say thank you. Where? Horrible. Right. So, I'm going to paint a bunch of beards now. I kind of deliberately haven't touched them so far. But all I'm going to do is just very gently go in with some Eshin Grey. Sort of start. Not even going to paint all of it. I'm just going to sort of layer it over the black primer to give it some texture. If I feel like it, I'll even do the same thing with Storm Vermin Fur. A little treat for the dwarves, for being good dwarfs. Jack Wood says, I'm very tempted by Kill Team Nachos. I don't want to play Kill Team. I don't I don't need this in my life, but also I love the Adeptus Sororitas models for Kill Team. They're gorgeous. And I'm deathly afraid that you delightful reprobates are going to get me into it. Thunder Cookie says, I know they said ashen grey, but my brain made smashing grey out of it for the first 2 seconds. Yeah, fair enough. It's actually Eshin grey. But I can... Smashing grey. Addy says, I'm off, everyone. Arriving home now and have life admin to conquer. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Take care, Addy. I hope you have a lovely evening and you conquer the shit out of that admin. Well, this Chaos Dwarf has an actual moustache, so I like this one. This one's good. This one can stay. Cool. Hannah Axelson says, can I just say that is an excellent keyboard? It looks awesome. I am so pleased people like my keyboard so much. Thank you very much. I plan to use it to write many lovely RPGs for people. Honestly, I had a lot of writing to do a while ago, and I was like, I just got to get on with it and stop dragging my heels. And that keyboard just made it a delight. It's just like, I'm flying through this. It's lovely. No, this guy just doesn't have a moustache. It's just weird. You weirdos. Weird Chaos Dwarves. Right, oh crap, where's the one I need to shade a little bit of? Did I already shade the bit? It's not that one. It's that one. No, I haven't. Nice try. Trying to get away from me, Chaos Dwarf. Basil says, but don't you ever feel tempted to paint the keyboard just for the hell of it? It would be... And then a crying, laughing emoji. No, this thing is beautiful and pristine. This keyboard, as you can see, it's covered in Flexo paint. So that one can stay painted, but this one, oh, I love it. Cyborg Penguin says, cool keyboard, Johnny. Gosh damn. I'm going to have a keyboard stream at some point. Just me typing on a lovely keyboard. Riley Marie says that second keyboard has seen second days. Yup. Okay, let's not shame the other keyboard, though. It's still very useful, and I use it a lot. So, you know. Thunder Cookie says, what's the rainbow lighting effect underneath the new keyboard? It's just a light on the side that sort of cycles through colours. I mean, this thing does have, like, full RGB keys, but I'll turn off my lamp so you can see. Oops. No, turn it off. Off. Hopefully you can see this. This keyboard. No, you can't see this at all. Oh, yeah. Oh, look. Delicious. Lovely. Woofed. Oh no, there's... Oh, I've got shade on the space bar. Shit. Dang it. Oh well. I'll clean that up with a bit of rubbing alcohol or something. Oh no. Oh no, I've got Agrex Earthshade all over you. Beautiful little keyboard. Nick Jeffrey has done a super chat saying, paint keyboard fish coloured for the halibut. Right. I'm just going to do this. I'm sorry, everyone. I know you like to see the new one. But I need to keep it pristine. Right. Where were we? Okay. Yeah, it's just mostly the blue now, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, these lads are a little time consuming, but I love them anyway. So, oofed. Okie dokie. Field blue and blue grey. Thunder Cookie says, "Sweet dreams, keyboard. Don't wake, keyboard." God, I love this keyboard. The same company, I did find actually, somebody, I think it might have been Jack, alerted me on Discord to the fact that the same company were doing keycaps that were Lord of the Rings themed. So you could have ones with like the Elvish keys on them and stuff like that. But the volume keys were the Horn of Gondor, which is just amazing. But I managed to resist, actually. It was me with my zero impulse control, but I didn't buy it. Okay, here we go now. Is that too much? Ah, yes, the old daub it on and wipe it off technique. A surprisingly good method for painting. I'm not even kidding. I use it a lot. Just to kind of soften the colour a bit. Let's get a little blend in there, and then up here I'll go in firmer again. But yeah. Ooh, that's not my best work, actually. Might move to a smaller brush. I think I will. HC Bird just says, "Lovely nerdy consumerism." You're not wrong. You are not wrong, friend. You'll do. Okay. Oops. Ooh. So we're just going back in now with this colour. I mean, you can't see what I'm doing. Fuck this camera. But I am just trying to layer this up to again build a sense of light and dark on this armour. Yes, let me show you on the full face. I'm pleased with how this is turning out. Lovely, horrible, violent dwarves. Emma Benson says beauty YouTuber hands time. Nice Witch says, time for me to dip. Thanks for the extremely chill vibes. Take care, Skellies. Take care, the Nice Witch. Twitch.tv/the Nice Witch. That's THEE, Nice Witch. Go follow, subscribe is good. Nice vibes. Good pal. Cool. Yeah, this is coming together. Phew. It's one thing to paint a model and like it, but to replicate it across some more models and indeed a whole team is another. Especially when, as we discovered earlier, I had not written down my paint scheme. But we got away with it, just about. Hugh says, can we have makeup tutorial style showing to the camera every time there is a brush change? You're going to have to guide me. I've not really seen any makeup tutorials online. With the exception of Slayla J, whose makeup tutorials were fucking hilarious. You can wear it if you want to, Susan. But I'm assuming that's like a... You stop and change camera angle to be like, we're now going to be using this brush. That kind of thing? Is that what we're talking about here? Because I'm not saying I won't do it. I just need to understand the art form first. I mean, I don't want to straight up compete against makeup YouTube, because there seem to be a lot of creators who have it down pat. Okay, Hugh says exactly. All right, Hugh, yeah. I am going to be staying with this brush for a while is the problem. I'll do my level best. I'm so much happier having done more blue on these models than I did with the test one. It's very fun. I just feel like it works better with what I had planned. Just check in every 5 minutes or so with, we're still using this brush. Mark, you're a genius. You know what? I genuinely do feel like people underestimate the power of painting something on and then just taking it off again with your finger, just to build up a sort of slightly messy but still quite effective fade. It's quickly become a favourite technique of mine. Nathan says Agrax eye shade. Oh, I see. Complete with the beauty YouTubers, Johnny. Team up. Compete with the beauty YouTubers, Johnny. Team up with Games Workshop to create a range of cosmetics based on their paint range. Agrax eye shade is very funny. Problem. Never mind. I was about to say the problem with accessing painting and then rubbing the paint off is managing to access all of the bits of the model you've painted, especially when they're smaller. But what I nearly said was I nearly opened my mouth and said sometimes it's hard to get your finger in there, but I avoided it. I'm telling you about it. But I'm telling you about it in the context of something I didn't accidentally say, so that makes it all right. Because we've already had to cut to the I regret what I've said screen twice today. A strong debut for that particular OBS scene, but there we go. Riley Marie says, Johnny, no. Exactly, I know. But I avoided it. Managed to catch myself. Oh, apparently I shouldn't even have said it in reference to catching myself before I said it accidentally. Fair play. I'm learning. We're all still learning. Every day's a school day, you know? Defect just says, clip that. The clip feature really is becoming a threat, isn't it? Do you do this to all the people you watch on YouTube? Or is it just me? Because if you're planning to extort, I don't know, money out of me for, you know, or be like, oh, we'll ruin your sense of personal pride. Wrong tree barking, mate. I don't have much. Monica Luckpick says, becoming, was it ever not a threat? Fair. No, you're right. It's a very, very good point. Anonymous says, well, the other people I watch tend to clip their own weird stuff, or, since they're ensembles, each other's weird stuff. I see, so I should be bullying myself. Thunder Cookie says, wait, is someone threatening Johnny? No, Thunder Cookie, it was just a joke, don't worry. You are absolutely fine. I was just talking about the clip feature being menacing more than anything. No one's actually threatening me. At least in a way that I'm taking seriously. It's been a while since I've had actual legitimate threats online, which is nice. I did get a death threat once. But they admitted they didn't know where I lived and they were struggling to find me, so that kind of took the sting out of it a bit. Cody Wilson has done a super chat saying, Bubble Bombat Bucket. I don't get it. I hope I haven't accidentally just said something that the TikTok people know is filthy and rude. Should I not have said Bubble Bum Bat Bucket? Thank you very much for the super chat. I think, Cody. Chaos says I did clip you telling me to go fuck myself. Oh, sorry, the death threat thing. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. It was ages ago now. It was like a decade ago, I think. But somebody did not like my review of a video game, and they sent me a message saying that they wanted to find out where I lived so they could come and stab me up. But they admitted that they couldn't find my address. I think it was just someone posturing. I didn't really take it seriously at the time, and I'm still here. So either they're still looking, or they've gone off it really. Alex Thorold says, I also have a clip of you telling me to go fuck myself, Johnny. Brilliant. I'm sure none of these things will come back to bite me in the ass. If anyone else would like me to tell them to go fuck themselves, just let me know. So you can clip it anytime you need it. Colin Lester says, me. Look, Colin Lester, go fuck yourself. There you go. Nathaniel Levy says, me. Nathaniel Levy, go fuck yourself. Oh no. Mark Cowan says, forming an orderly queue. Oh no. I really should have. Yeah, I should have made this a Patreon tier, shouldn't I? Oh well. Let's see. Forming an orderly queue. Mark Cowan, go fuck yourself. I've got to stop laughing. Apparently I should be on Cameo. Emma says, I need you to say Emma in a disappointed tone, so every time you tweet me in a disappointed way, I can play it and get the full experience. Every time I've done it so recently, it's, let me make sure I get this right, it's just Emma. It's that. It's not like Emma, it's Emma. Oh, Salen K says, I'm in. Salen K, you can go fuck yourself. I can't do this anymore. Sorry, Salen, I botched at the end there. Yeah, okay, well, that was a thing that happened, wasn't it? Steve Gilly says, this is strangely wholesome. Oh, yeah, Nick Janamo Smith says, demonetized in 3, 2, 1. Oh, Nathan says, thankfully I'm too nice to be told to go. I can't do this anymore. Arcadia says, me too. Arcadia, go fuck yourself. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Oh, no. That concludes today's Go Fuck Yourself segment. I might do more later or on a different stream. We'll see. I'm sorry if I didn't get to telling you to go fuck yourself today. Hopefully in a different stream. We'll see. Maybe when meet and greets become a thing again, we can just do the world's most rapid meet and greet, where I ask people's names and then just say, name, go fuck yourself, and then they leave. I think that could be fun. Yeah, you know what? Even before the break, it felt like we were going weird places with this stream, didn't it? And here we are. Sure enough. Don't get this shit on Outside Xbox, do you? No. Riley Marie says, Johnny, would you ever come to Toronto, Canada? I'm certainly not against coming to Toronto, Canada. I've got friends who live there. But at the moment I don't really see any any path that would put me there, but we'll see. But yeah, I've not spent enough time in Canada, actually. I've only been to Montreal, and I only went for a work trip, and so I didn't get to see much of the city, but I liked it, so I would like to go again and see my friends who live out there and stuff. I was kind of thinking of twinning it with like a visit to Seattle, because I like that city. But yeah, work-wise, I can't see myself going out there for anything in the near future, but never say never. Lisa Hunt has done a super chat saying, "Can we also have a segment of saying nice things to people instead? Like, you're a horrible goblin, but you're one of our horrible goblins, please." That's quite nice, actually. Yes, we can do that. I'll do you on now, Fran. Say that, not Fran. Lisa Hunt say thank you for the super chat. Lisa Hunt, you're a horrible goblin, but you're one of our horrible goblins. Oh, that felt a bit nicer. That felt a bit more my tone, really. Yeah, the stream certainly has gone places, hasn't it? It's a really good thing I don't work with any like sponsorship partners, you know? Imagine trying to explain this to like Corsair or Elgato or anyone, you know? But like it says here on your stats you got a thing called Go Fuck Yourself Mondays? What's that? Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's easy to explain. Basically yeah. Johnny Chiodini. They're not sponsored, but it's better for everyone in general. Claire de Bear says, "Can you tell Putin to go, you know himself?" Yes, Vladimir Putin, go fuck yourself. There we go. I don't think he's watching, but it feels good to say it. Obviously, Corsair or Elgato, if you are watching, you know, you can still let's still talk. Let's not rule it out. But I understand if you're not exactly raring to go. Nick and Jay has done a super chat saying, "I'm now replaying 3 games because Press Any Kidney made me nostalgic for them. Thanks, Johnny." Dang, Nick and Jay, that's a lot, but I hope you're enjoying them. It's, you know what, I'm really enjoying the fact that so far every Presney Chiodini game, with the exception of Dishonored 2, which I had never finished, is a game that like, lots of people know really well and I don't. It's just like, it's nice having them be excited about key moments and share their stories about why they like them. But also, like, I don't know, I feel like they get a kick out of watching me react to something they know is coming, that they enjoy. It's a pleasant part of the experience that I didn't really see coming, but I'm very glad exists. So there. This is good. I think I am going to finish. Yeah, we've got a whole hour left. I'm definitely going to finish these dwarves up. That's nice. I was a bit worried I wouldn't have the time, but 5 whole Chaos Dwarves painted. That's not very much toward the full team lineup, but that's okay. We'll get there. I think that one's done. Jan Pale's done a super chat saying, here's a donation to Johnny's remonetization fund. Thank you. Yes, I dare say I'll need it after this one. I haven't actually had many things demonetized. I had one episode of Jedi Fallen Order placed behind an age gate. And I think it's because the cold open was a stormtrooper that had kind of like ragdolled into just doing the splits. And I was like, oh my. And then I said, I'm going to get demonetized. And then, sure enough, it was set to like adults only and limited advertising. I don't know if someone did it for a laugh or what, but there we go. Cheerful Spider's done a super chat saying, Johnny, you are delightfulness is delightful. Watching you be delighted. Thank you very much. That was a mouthful, but we got there. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy what I do. It is very rewarding, especially for someone who isn't good at accepting praise. Really, you could say I'm in the wrong job, but there we go. Well, that didn't work brilliantly. Might have to be careful here. Over there. Faisal says, curious, but did you ever stream on Blog TV back in the good old days, Johnny? I'm afraid I don't even know what Blog TV is or was. I didn't really start streaming until I was working at GameSpot, and then we sort of went from there. But no, I haven't the foggiest what that is. Was it good? You sort of asked that with a crying, laughing emote, so I'm kind of assuming not. Did another Dragon's on super chat saying, because of Thursday's stream, I bought the first Far game, so thank you, it's lovely. It's currently only €3 for the Switch. Hello, that sounds like actually a great bargain. I might give it a go, because I really enjoyed Changing Tides. Thank you for the heads up. It was basically the first streaming service for YouTubers. Ah, amazing. Chaos says, Johnny, your enthusiasm for Blood Bowl has led me to pick up a Skaven team box. Glowing-eyed rat men painted in the patterns of various dogs I know is my tentative plan. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's a bloody lovely game. I think you'll really enjoy it. I hope so, anyway. Playing Skaven is fun, but very different to the game I know. God, I'm so pleased with a more muted... Well, with using less metal on these models. Really glad I decided to go that way. Okay. Neat. We're nearly there. What we need is a bit more of the old blue-grey. And, you know it, you love it, a bit of cream. I'm going to mix the two together. All right. So hopefully you can see there if I get my hand out of the way. There is a lighter patch now on the old palette. Just going to give a bit more in there. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yep, lovely. Right, then we go back in. And we do, I won't do it with that one first. Let's do this one. Do exactly what we did before, just with an even lighter colour. That's maybe even too much. No, we can get away with this. Just be very sparing with it. Might use a smaller brush. Fuck it, yeah, why not? Okay, babes, so we're going to use this brush now, which is a bit smaller, as you can see, and just so we've got a bit more control over the brush. Is that about right? You have to tell us the name too? Jesus. It's a 3/0 Rosemary and Co. Kalinsky Sable. There you go. Okay, I'll do better next time, I promise. Emma Benton says, did you just call us babes? Yes. That's how you knew I was talking to you. Not an amateur. Steve Gilly says Johnny's beauty YouTuber voice is Katie Pearlhead. Pretty much. Lovely Katie Pearlhead. Keep Going Reload says, so we are now all your goblin babes who can go fuck ourselves, but lovingly so. Yep. Exactly right. There we go. But you're also lovely skeleton pals. It's a lot to keep up with, I know, but I trust you. Okay. 1. Oh man, this camera. I swear it's got worse. Really annoying. We'll get there. We'll get there. Open up the fridge and have a tall boy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It could have been worse. Sorry. Okay. Clay Sanford says, has anyone got any good anime recommendations? I don't, but I'm sure others will. So, if everyone could help plug the gaps in my knowledge on Clay's behalf, that would be great. Alright. That's another one done. Oh. Also, The Way of the House Husband actually is an incredible anime. It's about the only one I watch. I enjoyed the first season of Attack on Titan, but I haven't watched any more since, and also I believe there's sort of still a debate about the political views of its creator, so I don't want to recommend it too heartily. But Where the House Husband is honestly so good. It's hilarious. And like it's not super high budget, so the animation's not, it's a lot of stills that kind of very gently move, but oh my god, it's just fucking hilarious. And I do quite like One Punch Man actually. Maybe I do enjoy anime more than I thought. Obviously, these are very basic picks, so don't listen to me. I'm a scrub. Oh yeah, apparently Castlevania is really good. I again haven't given it a go, but I have heard good things about it. I just don't tend to watch many things really. In general, I've seen a lot of Bob's Burgers, and it feels like the last few years that's about it. But I really like watching stuff with really low stakes, just because the last couple of years have been a bit like intense. So watching something that's like chock full of peril doesn't always appeal in the strongest terms. So I think that's okay. Three down, two to go in terms of the armour highlight. We are getting there, my lovely skeleton pals. We are getting there. can tell because I'm just mumbling to myself a lot more. Chaos says, something with low stakes, so a drama about cow farming in the Welsh valleys. Exactly, Chaos. That is exactly my kind of thing. If you have any recommendations, you wouldn't believe it, but the genre's quite thin on the ground. Especially in terms of bigger budget stuff. When he's actually down in Dorset, decidedly not in Wales, but I watched a lot of Hugh Fernley Whittingstall's River Cottage over the last few years, I'll tell you that much. It's just very relaxing telly. Even if he is over fond of innuendo to a real uncomfortable fault, actually. Titan Uranus says the cows can't tell Wales from Dorset. You tell that to the cows, mate. See what they make of that. Pretty sure if you picked up some Dorset cows and moved them over to Wales, they'd notice. They'd know something was up. Sorry I've gone all quiet. I'm focusing on little details. But the good news is it's going well. So there we go. I don't need to change brushes, but I'll probably do it again in a minute just so I can call you all babes again. Epic Space Bunny says, I'm watching Hot Wheels cars compete in an air hockey tourney. How does that work? Is it people, like, playing air hockey, but they're using Hot Wheels on the table, or is this a video game of some description? What is this magic and strange thing of which you speak? Because it sounds bizarre. I don't mind telling you. Blake Bryant says, have to go, Johnny. Thanks for the stream and goodbye, everyone. Take care, Blake. Right, so that is actually all of the armour done on all of those. So, let's go back in, add a bit of cream to the old skin tone. Just do a little touch up on each of the faces. Aw, a chartreuse goose says, I had a busy weekend at work, but bonus was Bill Bailey was in on Saturday night and then came in on the Sunday morning to ask if he could buy a bottle of our homemade hot sauce. That's absolutely wonderful. Oh, that highlight colour is too strong. There we go, that's a little bit better. Cara is a mess, says, hey Johnny, just got back from college. How much longer will you be streaming for? 38 minutes, give or take. Yeah, I've been going for, well, about 3.5 hours now. So we are sort of nearing the end, but A, there's plenty for you to catch up on if you did care to go back to the beginning, but also B, there's every chance I'll say something I immensely regret before the end of the stream, so don't touch that dial. I really regret painting the nose on that dwarf. Oh well, let's do it again. Cool. Oh no. Will says, hello friends, I am back. That flat was fucking awful. I'm sorry that you won't be moving in there, Will, but it sounds like you dodged a bullet. Goodness me. You didn't miss much. I told a bunch of people to go fuck themselves. So that was eventful. Gosh, I hope there aren't any children that watch me live. It was deeply changing rooms. Oh my goodness. Did you take any pictures just so you could mock it later? Because I have done that before. I've looked at flats and been like, I'm just going to take some photos. And they're like, sure, yeah, encouraged by the idea that I'd consider the flat. And then obviously I do not take it, and I just use the photos to talk about how much of a waste of my time it was. Especially the place where I could put my hand on the ceiling and bend my elbow, despite the fact I'm 5'8". Oh yeah, I did call chat babes. I was doing a brush change makeup tutorial shtick. I was asked to do it. I mean, you know, I wasn't explicitly asked to say babes to everyone, but I like to feel like it was implied. And it was only polite. Oh god, this skin highlight is actually doing more harm than good, so I'll stop it. Amazing, thank you for sending me the listing, Will. I'll have a look at that after the stream and have a hearty and sensible chuckle, I am sure. Right, nearly done with these lads, to be honest. I sort of... probably should do it. The plan was to try and do a quick highlight on the metal by mixing the base colour with Stormhost Silver, which is a really bright silver. Did I do the BT Influencer handhold too? I did, yes, I'm told. So, we are going to change brush actually. So, what we're going to switch to now is we're switching to a Citadel Excess Artificer layer. And what that's going to do is it's a little bit broader than the brush we just used, but it's still going to enable us to do sort of some fine control as we sort of just edge highlight these bits of chain and metal here down on the skirts. And that should complete our look for today. So you just hang in there, babes, and we'll get it done. Well, not ow, but that was a pop. Sailing K says I'm honestly nailing it. Yes! I mean, I hope it doesn't seem like I'm mocking these people, because, like, I genuinely, I think makeup tutorials are A, like, great content, B, clearly useful for people, and, like, you know, makeup is something that a lot of people are passionate about. So, you know. No, that click wasn't the paint pot, Will. But yes, if you are a beauty YouTuber, I jest, and it is with the greatest of love and respect. Stormhost Silver is one of those bastard paints that you have to paint, have to shake forever. No, I still don't want to buy a Vortex thing. Will says makeup tutorials changed how I paint faces, so the more you know. Yeah, there you go. A retro futurologist says, okay, Goblin Babes, lovely skeleton pals, I'm going to have to head off. Thank you, Johnny and chat, for a lovely anxiety-reducing stream. You're very welcome, a retro futurologist. We'll keep it as lovely skeleton pals for sure, but Goblin Babes, lovely skeleton pals is implied. Right. I need to shake this paint a bit more, but I also want a beer, so I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the kitchen. Stick with me. I won't go to the be right back screen. Hold on. Emma Blast says, don't shake the beer. Titan Uranus is on a super chat saying, remember not to shake the beer, Johnny. We're fine. Okie dokie. Daniel Gamas, I hope I said that right, says, Johnny, can you show us your chair? It's very retro. Yes, it's a brown leather chair in the style of like an Eames chair. I spent a fair amount of money on it. But my rationing, well, my reasoning was I'm going full-time working for myself from home. I've been sat on the same £100 IKEA chair for 7 years, so I'm probably due an upgrade. So I bought this one, and I bloody love it. Toreador the Explorador says, okay, you can shake the beer now. Right. I see that lots of people are doing the whole "you remind me of the babe" bit in chat. Bet it would really shit you off if I told you I'd never seen Labyrinth. Yep, there it goes. Heresy, what is wrong with you? Unsubscribe. F. Jack Wood says me either. Rudy Gerber says me either. Steve Gillies says me neither. Will's not seen it. Okay, great. Emma Benton says, I'm so disappointed. I'm sorry, Emma. I've just never seen it. Like, it's like, just never came up when I was a kid, really. And I know some people absolutely cherish it, but I just never watched it. Sounds like a watch party, everyone's saying. But what if I don't like it? You know? What if I'm like, this is fine? We'll see. Claire de Bear says, what's your feeling about The Princess Bride? Incredible. Absolutely brilliant. Love that film. It's remarkable. Like, top marks. Okay. This metal highlight is not going quite the way I planned, to the extent where, just like I tried to highlight this last time, I might just not. Oh, no, it is kind of working. Okay, it works quite well. Fine. Made myself more work. Oh, they're getting really lazy with it. Are they just slapping it on? Yes. Do they like it? Not really. Are they going to stop it? Yes. Which is great, because I can now just declare all of these lads are done. Might just do a few bits on their skirts. We'll see. Arcadia says, well, I've never seen Dog Soldiers, Johnny, so there. That's fair. Not everyone cherishes Dog Soldiers either. That's all right, you know? The entirety of what people have produced over the years is so much that there's no point in all of us yelling at each other for not having seen our favourites. Okay, this is actually kind of working. Okay, it's definitely worth doing it on the skirts. Okay. Cheerful Spiders on Super Chat saying, have you played Labyrinth by Ravensburger, the board game? It is very good, simple to learn and teach, lots of fun, great for kids and adults. I have not, although they produced like a little book that's kind of like a Labyrinth role-playing game, which we did a Let's Play of when I worked at Dicebreaker, GM'd by the inimitable Alex Meehan, who put some socks down the front of her leggings and just did a great job. So I was like, halfway through it, I was like, oh, I think I know what Labyrinth is like now. But that's about as far as it's gone for me playing any game called Labyrinth. I'm assuming the Ravensburger game is not of the film, right? Dwarves, dwarves, dwarves. We're going to paint some dwarves. I haven't painted the ball that this one's standing on. Diddly-dee-dee. That's alright, we can fix that, can't we? Well says, I like the Enter Shikari song. That's an adaptation of the film, isn't it? Oh, I haven't thought about that song in years. Saw them live at Reading in 2007. That's come out quite nice, actually. Oops. Yeah. All right. One more to go, and then we go. Here we go. Will says I saw them play a back garden in 2006 before they were famous. Incredible. My my wife's school friend was cousin to the bassist, I think. So she went and saw them a couple of times when they were playing in pubs, but they were underage. So after the gig, they had security following them around to make sure that nobody bought them drinks, which is very sweet. Apparently, they were all very, very sweet lads. So, yeah, Take to the Skies, 2007. Bloody hell. Look at them now. I haven't listened to much of their, well, any of their more recent stuff, but apparently that's fucking great. Faisal says, can we talk about how the paint thingy is looking like a map? Yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, this is fairly... There's something quite continental about this, this palette, in before anyone says that it doesn't come with any bacon or other hot items, because obviously continental breakfast is a thing. And I could just feel somebody typing. Yeah. Titan Urana says, "What if they also bought them food?" Yes, they could have had a pint with a substantial meal, but I dare say that the kitchen was closed by the time Enter Shikari started playing. One of my favourite tweets that I've ever seen is somebody just describing pushing all of the tables together at a continental breakfast and yelling Pangea breakfast. I laughed unreasonably hard at that one. It's just very funny. Iberl506 says, drinking age is 18 in England, right? Yes, it is, but if you are accompanied by an adult in a pub and you are having a meal, you are allowed an alcoholic beverage. So when I was at school, we used to sneak off to a pub that was also a Chinese restaurant, order a soup and a pint. Thank you, Mrs. Treeman, for telling me that my keyboard is awake and at risk of splatter. Shh, little keyboard. Oh, yeah, what a song. Great, I reckon. Oh, shit, I need to do their eyes. Oh, can't do it with this brush. Whatever will we do? Bear with me. Okay. Okay, so we're done with the Citadel extra small artificial layer brush now. We are moving to a 10/0 Rosemary & Co. Kolinsky Sable Series 33. It looks like this. As you can see, very small brush tip, very low strand count, whatever you'd call it, thread count. And that's what we're going to use. We're going to get some bright red and we're going to paint the eyes on our Chaos Dwarves now, just to give it a little pop of colour. Just a little pop of colour. So, yeah, just give me one sec. Here we go. We're going to use Vermilion from Vallejo. Excuse me one second, I need to cough. Much better, thank you. Right. So all we're going to do now is... You know what? Let's actually do this full face. Just going to get our little dwarf pal here. That's too much. No, I won't do it on that. You can actually see. There's actually too much paint on that brush tip. I'm going to remove some of that onto my thumb. And then... That was clumsy, that one, but I think I've just got that away with it. Just about got away with it. Oh, I've already done the pupils on that one because I already painted that one. That one's got helmet slits, so it doesn't have eyes to paint. Here we go. Oh dear, that was clumsy. Oh dear. Okay, it wasn't terrible. It'll do. That one went quite well. And finally... I feel like the tip on this brush is maybe too fine to have been doing this, but... Okay, yeah, that worked. Great. So, we have done... Hang on, where's the one I'd already finished? That one. We've painted up 5 Chaos Dwarves. They look like that. I'll just show you one of them so you can see, but we've done 5, so we've got 6 done in total, which is nice. And oh, this one's got clumsy eyes, but that's what they look like. Bit of blue, bit of metal. Well, you know, good enough. Good enough. I just really wanted to use that pastel blue, and I feel like it pops nicely, and that's all I wanted, really. So, how many more of those do I have to do? A few. Oh, actually, no. Oh, cool. That's actually all of the Chaos Dwarf linemen I have to do, which is great. So, that's nice. Got this sort of punchy fella here. Getting ready to throw hands. That's all of those. So I've got hobgoblins to do, and also the centaur. And a couple of centaurs and a minotaur. So yeah, there's a long way to go on this team, put it that way. Now, let's see. I have a feeling I know which way this question's going to go, but... where's he gone? Which would you prefer I make a start on? The centaur, which is here, sort of rearing up like that, or a little hobgoblin who's sort of all green and wearing a hood and sort of just being like, meh, like that. Colin Lester says, the dump truck ass, you know the answer. Dumper, 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 says Steve. Horse butt, centaur. Yeah, everyone's saying centaur, apart from Peter Fisher. How does the centaur butt look? It looks like this. Muscled. Muscled is how that looks. I think we can all agree. The question is, what do I haven't really worked this out yet, and I suppose now's as good a time as any. I haven't really worked out how I'm going to paint the skin on each of these, because like obviously there's the horse half, and then there's this sort of belt here, and then there's the human half up here. So I might stick with actually the heavy warm grey to give this sort of darkish pinkish tone up here, but what I might do is go straight in on the bottom with this grey and then just sort of layer it up a lot. I'm going to push myself to see what I can do with just one colour and sort of shade and stuff. I mean, also I'd probably, let's face it, probably going to sneak some cream in there. But I think that's a good place to start, really. So I'll do that. And then we'll get going on all the armour again. So that'll be fun. Glad everyone's enjoying the centaur butt. Truly is becoming the centaur of attention. Now, so obviously a bull centaur is very different physiologically from like a normal dwarf, and we're just starting out on this model. So what we're going to want to do here is we're going to switch to a rock ninja number 6, which you can see here is a very large brush head, so that's pretty good for just laying down base colors and just really sort of starting to get coverage and then sort of work out where you want to take the rest of the look. So if you've got one of these, switch to that. If you don't worry, you can use a smaller brush, but obviously it will take you a little bit longer. But we're just going to come in here with some Storm Vermin Fur and just start laying it down, really. Here we go. Almost started impersonating Duncan Rhodes there toward the end, to be honest, but... Jan Pale says, fun fact, a centaur who is half cow instead of half horse is called a boo centaur. So you can legally call this a butt centaur. Interesting. I think these are actually called bull centaurs in Blood Bowl, so you're more right than you know, in fact. Let's load the palette up with plenty of that. Hugh says, well, this is half a joke. It's actually teaching me about painting minis. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I guess, because I do try and talk about what I'm doing to an extent while painting. Like, obviously, aping a tutorial is going to push it a lot more toward a tutorial. So, yeah, just a very mild grey colour that's quite warm, but I don't know, I just kind of feel like it might look nice. We'll see. If it doesn't, then fuck it. We'll do something else. Let's paint that butt. Might freehand a tramp stamp down on here. It's quite nice. It's quite relaxing actually, going from like final highlights to just base coating something, because you just don't have to worry about being neat, and you can just slap down all of the colour. Will says, "Oh damn! I've just realised you could have done it as a Jersey cow. No, I want to paint a Minotaur. I mean, there are other ones. There are definitely other models I can do that with. My friend who's painting the same team did one of them as a zebra on the bottom, which I thought was fucking inspired. And it looks real good, but I'm also glad that I don't have to do it. Titan Uranus has done a super chat saying, so it might be a bull, but is it willing? And I apologise there, Titan Uranus, but I don't think I get it. Stubborn as a bull? Stubborn as a bull. That's what we're getting at, isn't it? Well, I thought it was stubborn as an ox. Able. Oh, able and winning. Got it. Able and willing. Thank you, Titan Uranus. Sorry, yep, I was a little bit slow off the mark there, but we got there in the end. I'd say yes. It's rearing up, ready to go stomp someone's face. Ah! And also, you won't be able to see this, but the bottom of the sculpt here, instead of horseshoes, it's got little studs for playing on a pitch. That's a very cute detail. Let's see if I can bring those out with metal paint at some point. Titan Uranus says, it was a gamble on my part. Okay, cool. We're both culpable then. So that's how that's looking so far. Yeah, I'm just going to block in the other skin tone. And then I might have to call it, to be honest, because we've only got 8 minutes of stream time left, and I'm unlikely to be able to get loads more done. But getting both skin base coats down is a pretty good shout. It's a pretty good place to end it, rather. Apparently studded horseshoes are a thing, according to West Coast Weaver. Wow. Armor's a bit weird around here. I'm trying to work out where the skin starts and ends. There's some. Oh, I get it. Okay, never mind. Neat, neat, neat. Well, this has been a delightful Monday. It certainly went places I fear I will be reminded about for years to come. But hey, you know, it's about the journey, not the destination. And, you know, the true painting is the friends we alienated along the way. And, gosh, I feel like we put in some pretty good work on that today. So, yeah, I guess I'll start wrapping up. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's been weird. But that's sort of how these things tend to go these days. In case you weren't already aware, I have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Johnny Chiodini. You can watch all sorts of things there of the same level of quality you've come to expect from me streaming live, including a YouTube Let's Play series. You can get an RPG module written by me each month. Well, there's an RPG module each month, and then there's a sort of a one-page fun, silly game every other month. So 1 month you get the silly one-pager, and another month you get an RPG module. But I think both are good fun, and it's my pleasure to make them. So yeah, have a look at that. But either way, if you could help me sort of duke the algorithm on YouTube a little bit by leaving a like, and heck, sharing this if you want to, or making sure you're subscribed, it would do me a great service, because it will help get stuff like, well, my stuff specifically out in front of more people, and we can find even more lovely skelly pals that we can tell to go fuck themselves. So with that, thank you as ever for being here and chatting and super chatting and just generally being great. It's been a real giggle. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a lovely rest of your day, however much is left, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.